Alright, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, boys. Oh, god damn it, man. Mike Tuka, max out King Garrog, I think. Oh, god. Oh, god. I'm never gonna live that down, man. I'm never gonna live that down, am I? Hey, how's everybody doing, by the way? Welcome to the first ever stream on the channel. It's very, very exciting to be here, man. It's awesome to have all of y'all chatting away and just the waiting to start screen as well. So, yeah, the plan for the stream, chill out a wee bit, do a bit of daily crap on the free-to-play account. I'm also going to shoot some videos completely live right here on stream as well. We're going to be talking about some top champs in some various parameters. We're also going to be talking about what kind of champs you might want to take up to level 60. Just helping out some new player tips, stuff like that, right? Going to be talking about what champs want to take up to 60 on the main account as well as the free-to-play. But today is also a very, very special day because... Oi, 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 oi. What's up, man? Solstice, dude? You've already spotted it as well. Yeah, there's a reason I started the stream on the market, man. It's our first ever Ancient Shard pickup from the market. Oh my god, dude. What a milestone for the free-to-play account, man. It begins... The Ancient Shard collection is actually going pretty good on the free-to-play, to be fair. Check this out, dude. That's not bad, man. 34 Ancient Shards and, like, it's like, this account is like 20, like, well, almost exactly 3 weeks old. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I mean, like, I'm really excited now for the first 2x Ancient Shard event on this account now. I'm just going to pull everything and just see if we can just bag a legendary. If not, a whole bunch of epics is, of course, going to help out this free-to-play account a hell of a lot as well, you know? So, checking out the champion vault real quick. You can see what I've been doing on this free-to-play account. Let's start off with a free-to-play account review, shall we? Yeah, you can see what I've been doing for the past, like, week and a half. All I've been doing, literally, is blasting the hell out of just farming up as many food champs as I can. We've got a couple guys here that are already at 5-star food, ready to go ahead and rank up our kill. But more on that in just a little bit, of course. And just a crap load of 3-star champs and level 30 champs, blah, 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 that I've been waiting to actually rank up for, well, an event like this. Good old Path of the Fateweaver, man. So, of course, the objectives for this event that have just gone live right now are just upgrade champions, levels, ranks, and summon champions. Obviously, on the free-to-play account, I expect to maybe get myself a Mortal Soulstone, like, at best, you know. Then again, maybe we can also pick up, like, the 200 gems, to be fair. I've got a lot of champs that I'm ready to sort of level up now, and I've been waiting for an event like this to pull the trigger on all of those upgrades, you know. On the main account, yeah, I'm going for the 5-star soul, dude. Screw it, you know. I haven't pulled my sacred shards on my main account for like 3 months, bro. Like, it's been a long time. I mean, minus like the 5 or 6 sacreds that you pulled for a fusion, like 3 months ago or whatever. Like, I skipped the last fusion. Like, I just haven't spent my sacreds in forever. I'm sitting on like 37 sacreds, man, on the main account. My sacred pulls this past 30 days from clan boss chests on the main account, unbelievable. Like, there was one point I was getting like 1.3 sacreds a day from my clan boss chests, dude. It's absolutely ludicrous, you know. Yeah, like some days I get 2, every day I get at least 1 for like 10 days. I was like, what the hell is happening, you know? But I mean, can't complain, you know. Glorious to have a nice big stockpile of sacreds. So yeah, I'll definitely be blasting this on the main account. Maybe pull like 15 sacreds. I think you need to pull like 18 and a half sacreds, I guess, to if you're just going to sort of like beeline for the perfect soul. I'll probably pull like 15, 14 or 15 and do the rest of it via champion training. I think that's my plan for the main account for the current Heroes Path for Freya. But yeah, like I said, on the free-to-play, it's just, there's going to be no shard pulling, obviously. Just a whole bunch of champ training, man. And that's it, really. Hey, what's up, man? Devin Saxton, how's it going, dude? How's it going, man? Tyson Bergen, hello, big fan. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome, 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 everybody. Good old Bamboo. SB, how's it going, man? Hey, welcome, everybody, man. Welcome. What is this? Like a couple dozen viewers already? This is crazy as hell. Like the first stream for little old me. Crazy as hell. Hey, big welcome, everybody, man. Big welcome, everybody. Okay, man. So, yeah. I guess we'll just give people like a minute longer to see folks come on and just keep on trickling in. And just farm up a little bit of crap on the free-to-play real quick. All I'm doing on the free-to-play right now is just farming some free event points by just throwing some levels into the reserve Vault Food Champions, the guys who are just sitting at 3 stars. Just like 3 battles into each of these, just to get them up to like a level 11 and just get some free event points. It's kind of controversial whether or not you should even be doing this as like a very, very early game player, but I don't know, man. Like, the efficiency in me, I can't help myself. I like to push events as hard as I possibly can, even if sometimes it's a little bit energy inefficient. But we're just gonna farm some free points from this for just a second, and you guys can cringe at my horrible account farming speed with good old Wukong, man, as our account farmer on this free to play. But oh god, yeah, the worst part of the game, yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh man, you can help my clan out with that promo code. Good looking, my friend. Hey, no problems, man. Dude, good old promo code GameLeap. It is active once again. Make sure you go ahead and get it used, man. It's one of those promo codes that kind of comes in and out of activity, if that makes sense. So if you've never used it before, chances are, well, I actually know for a fact, it's active right now, man. So go ahead and input good old promo code GameLeap, man, and share it out with your clanmates as well. Of course. It's just free stuff. 100,000 silver, 10 free brews, and a free energy refill. It's just a happy little batch of supplies, man. So you might as well use it. Okay, so we're just going to smack a little bit of campaign here. Not long at all. Before we get on to what is really going to be the main, I guess, like, through-line topic of this stream, where we, again, for anybody just joined, we're going to be shooting a couple of videos live during this stream. We're going to be talking about how to know which champs to take up to level 60 next, and the differences between like a super early game account and the kind of things that you're looking for, and an account like my main account, I guess, that's kind of in the thick of the mid game, you know, where you've got a few dozen level 60s and it's not quite as obvious anymore who you should be taking up to 60. We're going to try and touch on both, man. So that's that, man. Quick question, have you finished Nightmare Campaign? I have not. I've not, man. Nightmare Campaign, even on my main account, I think I can get like halfway through or something. The thing is, I could finish it. Like, it's just a matter of fully booking up Still of the Drakes, and then you get her like as fast as possible in like a regeneration set, plenty of health, make sure that she can't die, and just put her with like any damage dealer, and she just like lives and revives them on repeat, and you eventually get it done. But it's like, it just takes a while, you know? It just takes a while. Yeah, 3 stars, crazy, yeah. It just takes a while, man. It's just a big old time sink, you know? Is the main problem with that. And are the rewards worth it? I mean, I guess they're worth grabbing eventually. Like, I will do it eventually, man. I will do it eventually. I'm just slacking on that front, man. At least I'm pretty sure that the Still of the Drakes and a regeneration set will just get it done. I'm pretty sure, but hey, what's up, man, Davey, dude? Yeah, one of the reasons I just got into this game. Well, hey, welcome, man. The early days are the most exciting ones, dude, where you're still learning everything. Like, are you kidding me, man? 800 odd champions or something to learn in this game, you know? It's really, really daunting, but it's really, really hype during like your first shard pulling events, where you just don't know what you're pulling, and like every epic you pull, you're looking up the champ on hellhades.com, and you're checking the champion reviews and stuff like that, and you're just like yeah, learning the fundamentals. That's like the most hype time in Raid, dude. So don't rush through it, man. Don't rush through it. Okay, do I have a little bit of energy to pull here? See, this is totally worth doing, man. Just farming a little bit of experience on all the food champions, you might as well just do it. Like, it's just so many free event points here. We just accrued a few hundred in no time at all, so it's good stuff, man. Did you collect the 5-day limited time appreciation gifts yet, Solstice? I did, man. I did. That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. What was it like? I mean, yeah, it was these, right? Let me click through all these, right? God damn it. Oh, did I just get more free stuff as well? Awakening starter gifts? Okay, lovely. But yeah, it was 3 free Immortal Soulstones and a Primal Shard? Like, what the hell, dude? Like, I almost made a video about that today, because it was just so random and so out of the blue, but hey, thanks, Plarium. There you go, man. Who, don't ever let it be said that Plarium only makes, you know, questionable decisions. They do at least give us some juicy free stuff on occasion. And even though it quite seldom happens, it's worth celebrating, you know. So, yeah, man. Okay. Is it worth it to upgrade Man-Eater for clan bosses and new player 30 days in if you just got one? Ooh, that's a damn good question, Home. That's a damn good question, man. Let's check out Man-Eater real quick. Where is he? Like, I can't actually remember what the rest of his kit even does. So he's got some big 10 meter depletion. It's actually 10 meter steel, right? On this A2. It's only a single hitter. Decrease attack. I mean, decrease attack is really good. If you can build him with 100% crit rate, that's very, very reliable. Strong version decrease attack on all enemies on the A1 as well. So he's probably going to give you some use in things like wave content, potentially other dungeons. Very, very good into clan boss just because of the A1. So if you don't have a decrease attack in your little clan boss lineup just yet, and you're only 1 month in, so maybe you don't, then it can be worth taking him up just for that, even just to level 50, and like just leave him there maybe. That could be totally worth it. As for the unkillable and block, and the block debuffs buff on Man-Eater, 30 days in, you're not really going to be able to speed tune him correctly and stuff, so this is a little bit less value. I think I'd just take him to 50 if I were you, man. I think that's what I'd do, but yeah, Devin suggests just put him in the vault until you get that Painkeeper. That's also an option, man. That's also an option. It just depends. Do you have a good decrease attack champion? If you don't, I'd say take him to 50 and just use him in other areas of the game too. Places like Ice Golem, stuff like that, where you kind of risk getting one-shotted. Between Ugo and Loki, who should I get to level 60 first? Definitely Ugo, Davey. Definitely, definitely, definitely. That said, Ugo is not the kind of champ that you have to rush to level 60, necessarily. Like, if you're like a week or two in, you're super, super early, of course you want to get a couple of good damage dealers up to level 60 first. Generally, damage dealers and provokers are going to be... I'm ended up covering stuff that we're going to talk about in the video just now. So I'm going to wait for just a sec on most of this, but generally, provokers and damage dealers tend to benefit much more from being level 60, as opposed to... like support style champs like debuffers and revivers and stuff like that, who you will eventually want to take up to 60, but yeah. Also, yeah, that's a good point as well, Devin. Yeah, Loki's just harder to get skill books in because of course you require legendary tomes, whereas Ugo's just going to be easier for you to max out, right? Okay. But you know what, man? Maybe now's actually just a good time then to just jump into the topic of the video, actually. I just gotta crank open some notes real quick because there's quite a few things I want to cover in this one. Yeah. So, I'm at the spot right now as well. I mean, as I've already shown, right, just now, I've got so many food champs already farmed up and ready to rock and roll. It's all I've been doing for like the past 7 or 8 days or something on this free-to-play account is just blasting campaign. Still doing some challenges and missions and stuff where I can so I don't fall too far behind. But I've just been farming the crap out of food champions for the purpose of just waiting for the next champion training event, or right now I guess it's going to be the Freya Soul Path event thing, where upgrading champions is going to get me all kinds of points, and so I'm going to be pulling the trigger on all of these guys a little bit later on tonight. We're not going to be doing it during the video because frankly it's, during the stream, because frankly it's just going to take forever, and champion training is a little bit mundane. It's satisfying to me as the player, you know, to see all the points coming in and stuff, but it's not exactly amusing to sit around and watch somebody else upgrade all of their champions and upgrade all their food champs, you know. But yeah, we've got just a billion food champs sitting around, ready to go. Ready to throw into leveling up a bunch of nerds in our roster. Also, just a quick update as well on the Sun Wukong. I was very, very happy indeed to go ahead and find some crit rate main stat gloves just to get him up to that 100% crit. Obviously, it's going to be great to replace these eventually with things like crit damage, primary stat gloves, where we can get the crit from elsewhere. But for right now, for a 3-week-old account, 5-star lifesteal gauntlets with crit rate main. I mean, the substats kind of suck, but man, I was pretty damn stoked to get this. Also, this random 6-star legendary amulet that triple rolled into crit damage on the Wukong. Are you kidding me with this? This is nuts, right? I actually got this from the Freya Deck of Fate. I farmed up enough points to flip over 3 cards. Maybe it wasn't the Freya Deck of Fate. I think it was the Deck of Fate before that, even. So I flipped over like 2 cards or something in that entire deck, and one of them had a legendary Skinwalker amulet. So like, oh my god, bro, like it couldn't possibly be better for the Sun Wukong. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Thought I'd just go ahead and shoot an update for that one, man. Feels pretty good. Yeah, those substat rolls are pretty bad on the stats. Yeah. Yeah, these lifesteal gauntlets, I don't know what the hell's going on with these substat rolls, but... And it's also a shame that this rolled in HP, but that's neither here nor there, man. You can't be a beggar, you know? Wait a minute. Beggars can't be choosers is what I mean to say. Is what I'm trying to say when you're super early on in raid, right? Okay. Yeah, man, it was the Deck of Fate before the Frayed Deck of Fate. Yeah, man. It was given a little bit of Slayer gear. I remember, man. Okay. Oh my god, there's like half of 100 people watching. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. You're all grand individuals. Okay, man. Let's check this out real quick. Okay, man. So, screw it. We're going to do it live. We're going to shoot a couple of videos live in this live stream starting right now. So, for the people who are watching this at a later date on YouTube, hey, what is up there, guys? This is Cobb. And welcome to the ultimate guide, the 5 rules that you're going to want to follow, man, to get started with knowing which champion to take up to max level next on your raid account. We're going to be talking about a couple of very beginner rules for when you're literally just a few weeks in, or even just like 1 week in, when you're just getting started in raid, and then talk about how things get a little bit more complex as you go on, and what kind of decisions you're going to have to make to know who to 6-star next. As your account matures, right? As you're in the thick of the mid-game at least, and you've got a few dozen level 60s already, and things are just not so obvious, right? And you're going to have some know-how to figure out who you're going to take up to max level next. Now, before we do get started, the obligatory... Oh yes, if you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, dude, my beginner promo link is the best possible way to do it, man. You're going to get yourself 4 free epic champions, including the beautiful, stupendous Ugo S tier champ as your starting epic, then 3 more additional epics as your account matures, right? And as your account works its way up towards level 50. It's just an incredible way to start off your new Raid account. And yeah, you should definitely click the link in the description box below to get that done. Just make sure that you are signed up for Plarium Player before you click on that beginner promo link to create a new Plarium ID and stuff when you download Raid. And yeah, just guarantee that you're going to get your hands on all of those saucy champs. Okay, man. Let's do this. So, rule number 1, realistically, when it comes to setting up your very first ever level 60, right? Let's just imagine that we've got a brand new... I mean, it is a pretty new account. This account is 3 weeks old. We're on the free-to-play right now, of course. The very first champ you're going to want to take up to 60 is kind of obvious and easy. There's really no mystery about it. You need a campaign farmer. Now, if you're a brand new player, what the hell does that mean? Well, it means that you just want a champ with a couple of AoE skills. Something like your Kill, or any of the starting champions that you picked can function very fine for this purpose. Wukong, if you got him as a beginner champion as well, you can use Wukong as a pretty slow, honestly, campaign farmer, but if you want to max him up first, he can do the job. Your campaign farmer basically has got to have a couple of AoE skills that attack all enemies. Kill also has a attack 4 times at random skill as well on his A3, and his only job is to be equipped, I guess I'll just go over to Wukong, in a lifesteal set and farm campaign for you. That's really it. That's rule number 1. If you don't have a campaign farmer set up at level 60 yet in a decent amount of lifesteal gear, that's just going to be able to destroy stages of the campaign to farm up levels on other champions so that you can very quickly max up other champions, right? Your first ever level 60 is going to take the longest on your account by far, by the way. But once you've got a level 60 campaign farmer set up, oh my god, you can farm all of these food champions right here and then use all these champs to rank up your other guys relatively quickly. Things are going to speed up quite a lot, right? Okay. Take a breathe real quick, man. Woo! Yeah, what's up, man, Homer, dude? I hit the jackpot with this live stream. Yeah, man. How long have you been playing, Home, dude? I called you Homer. How long have you been playing, man? Hey, E2, how's it going, man? How's it going, dudes? Let's try and screw up Gabley's professional intros. Yeah, man. Oh my god. I'm just gonna, like, hide the chat real quick while I'm actually in the video shooting mode, you know? It's the only way, man. It's the only way. Otherwise, you guys are just going, like, you guys are just pulling funny faces at the back of the room, you know? It's like giving a presentation in school. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Oh, you just got high cartoons, so you're 30 days in. Home. Got it, man. Got it. Oh, dude, that's the most exciting time to be playing Raid, man. That's the most exciting time to be playing Raid. Right at the very beginning like that. Oh my god. Okay. Let's continue on, man. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah. Ooh, rule number 2 is a good one. Okay, man. So rule number 2, when it's looking to rank up your champs, right? You've got your campaign farmer sorted out. What you want to start doing next is looking for champions that fill major gaps in your teams, right? What exactly does that mean? It means that you want to look for champs that bring a variety of debuffs to the table, generally speaking. Things like buffs and debuffs, especially the strong versions, right? Such as Tyrell right here. He brings the strong version, the 60% version of decreased defense against all enemies, and also has a chance as well, just randomly, if the target is under a decreased attack debuff, will place a sleep debuff for 1 turn. That's because he also brings the strong version of decreased attack as well on his A1. So he brings 2 very, very powerful debuffs that are going to be useful just in many, many different areas of the game. And yeah, if you don't have a champ that's doing that job for you, then it's generally a good idea to try and max out one of those champs to fill that gap for you as well. There are some caveats and some exceptions to that rule that we'll get into in just a little bit in a further rule. But yeah, Tyrell for me on this account would be a great champ to take up to at least level 50, if not 60 for that purpose. Another very, very strong buff as well that you want to try and bring as soon as you possibly can is going to be the strong version of increased speed. If you find yourself something like I have here and got super, super lucky and got myself an apothecary just from a mystery shard pull, then a strong version of increased speed is incredibly, incredibly good. Again, with your buffers, I might just bring this guy up to level 50. I don't need to rush him all the way up to level 60 necessarily. If you don't find yourself an apothecary, another champ that you can take up to level 50 as well is going to be your High Katoon. Again, you can take her up to 60 eventually, but level 50 is going to do you just fine for the time being. On her A2, she does also bring that 30% increased speed buff on all allies for a couple of turns. So High Katoon is definitely another one of those champs that's going to help you out a hell of a lot in the early game. So buffs, debuffs, strong versions, as much as you possibly can. Just try and fill as many gaps in your teams as you possibly can, right? Another champ I can also spotlight here as well. Oh god, what I'm showing... Man, why didn't I take him out of this gear before shooting this video, man? Everyone's going to laugh at me for putting him in frost gear. But you know what, man? Better than him being naked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nalhorn is another one of those champs. Plays a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. I don't have a provoker at all yet on this new account, and so Nalhorn is going to be another obvious choice for me to take up to level 50 and then eventually 60. So it's just about plugging those gaps in your team and making sure that you have a champion that's kind of just... You want a champion that can answer every possible kind of boss mechanic that you might run into and help you out in wave content as well. And so rule number 2 is also another kind of self-explanatory one. Okay, man. And what the hell is rule number 3? Because I've literally forgotten. This is why I make... Dude, you have no idea how many notes I make before I shoot these videos. I'm going to let you guys in a little trade secret. Oh my god. I spend like 40 minutes typing up notes in like a little spreadsheet. Like off of my other monitor for when I'm shooting videos, just so I can keep all my thoughts organized. If not, I end up missing something and then someone says, "Oh, but Cobb, you missed the blah blah blah." And I'm like, oh god damn it. It's happened again, you know? Okay. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, actually I'll just continue with this, man. We run a good track there. Yeah. Rule number 3 is actually just to observe the caveat that not all champs need to be taken up to level 60. Okay, a champion that you're going to use a hell of a lot, like I'm going to be using Tyrell like crazy. He's a very, very good kind of early game champ. The earlier you get a champion like Tyrell on your account, the more likely it is you're going to eventually take him up to level 60. Just because I'm going to be using him for a long, long time, right? He brings very, very key debuffs that are going to help me out a hell of a lot. However, a champion like, I don't know, for example, Apothecary, I could probably just leave Apothecary at level 50. He's an excellent, excellent champion. Will I eventually take him up to level 60? Okay, yeah, probably. In fact, you know what? A better example for this rule, because I've found Apothecary, even if I do take him up to 60, I'd probably just leave the likes of High Katoon at level 50. Just because their only job, really, is to just bring the increased speed buff. I mean, she brings a decreased speed as well on her A1, which is fine. It's a low land rate, but it's okay, and a little bit of 10-meter control as well on an AoE on her A3. But she doesn't necessarily... We're not bringing her for the damage, and we don't expect her to be taking a lot of damage, right? She's just there to be a utility bot. Another type of champion that you can look at and just consider taking up to level 50 is generally going to be things like rare champions. It's actually very, very rare that you want to take a rare champion in this game up to level 60, just because while it might feel like they're very, very strong in the moment, you might end up just replacing them very, very quickly after your very first shard pulling event, right? You pull all of your ancient shards. For example, I'm only 3 weeks in, and I'm already sitting on 34 ancient shards, and so as soon as there is the next, like, 2x ancient shard event that pops up, I'm gonna pull all of these. I might bag myself 5 or 6 epics, and I might find that some of those epics are just a major, major improvement on one of the rare champs, and they just do the job of that rare champion way, way better. And now I've already maxed that rare champion up to level 60, and it turned out that I just replaced it way, way faster than I was expecting, you know? So generally speaking, rare champs can be left at level 50. Again, unless it's your starter champion, and you're going to use these guys as your campaign farmer. That's a big exception to the rule. And some rares are just so good that you will eventually take them up to 60. But more than anything, just beware that provokers and damage dealers, they're generally going to be the kinds of champs that you want to take up to level 60 first. Get a few of those leveled up first before you even consider taking something like a support or like a healing style champion up. Why is my Rector Drath in retaliation gear? Yeah, look, I had to complete artifact upgrade quests, okay? Shut up. Sometimes you just got to do awkward things on a new account to get quests done, okay? But generally speaking, your support style champs, you can be fine to leave them at level 50, man. Okay. Alright, man. Now it's time to get on to, like, the slightly more advanced rules, man. Slightly more advanced rules. Oh, my goodness. Hey, welcome, Yuna. How's it going? Steve-O, another alt account, mate? No. This is the same alt account, man. This is the same one. This is the one that we've been blasting for a few weeks now. Yeah, man. Do you work out, Toonful? Seem like the type? I do, man. I do. Love it, dude. Although, I tell you what, I've got a crazy crink in my left shoulder. Like, I haven't been able to train chest properly for like a week, man. Like it's actually getting to be a little bit disturbing. It's thrown me off my game. Man. So I've just not been doing like any kind of shoulder movements where I can avoid it. Just like legs and arms, and like a little bit of back. But besides that, I'm like, oh god, man, what the hell? Like, when is this thing gonna get better, dude? I'm starting to get a little bit worried, you know? Oh man. How to prepare for climb boss nightmare, Alice Mill. Ooh, that's too tough of a question to just answer. Just off the cuff like that. Because you talk about setting up like an entire team. Usually climb boss teams consist of like 4 champions, then 1 damage dealer. Like 4 key champions to make it like an unkillable team. Or like a block damage team. Or a Wixwell Infinity Shield team. And then there's 1 damage dealer. It's kind of too much to go into just now, but... Damn, dude. Sounds like you need to ask Apothecary for some help with that shoulder. Yeah, man. Oh my god. Not good, man. Not good. Okay. Alright. I'm on 7 days, 7 days in. Got the 6-star kill and Ugo. There you go, man. Tyson, dude. You're off to an incredible start. Doing grand, man. Okay. Let's get back to the notes real quick, man. Let's get back to the notes. We're actually up to rule number 4, man. Okay. Ooh, hang on. I'm gonna have to switch over. I'm gonna actually have to switch over to the main account here for this, dudes. We're gonna have to make the switcheroo to the main account. Okay, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. I'll just really quickly switch on over to this screen. And we'll just make the switcheroo real fast. Yeah, man, to cover these last couple of rules. Okay. We're back, man. We're back. There it is. Lovely. God damn it, Raid. Get the hell out of my ear. Good, there we go. We're back. Ancient shards? Man, god damn it, dude. Never looking. Dude, look at how many secrets I've just got sitting around, dude. Oh my god. I'm so ready, man, for this Freya Deck of Fate, but I'm going to wait for the 2x Sacred Shard pulling event, which starts tomorrow. That's going to be grand as hell. Okay, man. Whose gear should we show off? Ooh, let's leave it on Thor, man. Look at his gear, dude. Thor's looking absolute... Just what a stud. Oh my god. He's absolutely popping off, man. He's absolutely popping off. Holy crap. Next, Loki or Sigmund Tyson? Ooh. I mean, definitely not Loki. Loki is very, very much a PvP specialized champ. He's not going to help you out that much into most of the areas of the game, whereas Sigmund is very, very well set up to help you into many, many areas. Sigmund's real strength is his versatility, which is why he's a very, very good beginner legendary. Yeah, Sigmund the High Shield. He's going to help you out into lots of areas of the game. Things with Sigmund is that you'll eventually replace him with more specialized champions who do just better than him in very, very specific areas of the game later on. But Sigmund is a great sort of all-rounder legendary, man. For sure. Okay. God damn, man, Tombful. I joined you with a free-to-play. I'm 18 days in. I have 52 Ancients waiting. Damn, dude. Yeah, that's crazy good, dude. That's crazy, crazy good. Very, very nice, man. Oh my god. Okay. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, I'm so hyped, man, for my first shard pulling event on the free-to-play. It's gonna be so nice. Like, I've only got like 34 Ancients or something, but that seems like a lot to me. When you've got nothing on the account, in fact, that is a lot. It's like big, big upgrades every single shard pulling event. It just feels great, man, but... Okay. Alright, man. Next up, let's continue, dudes. Rule number 4, switching on over to, of course, the main account just now. Really, things start to become much, much more specialized, right? Hopefully by the time you've hit mid-game, and you can see I've got lots and lots of level 60s just kind of sitting around now. Some of them I don't use so much anymore. They've been kind of phased out a little bit, and are steadily getting replaced even now on this account that's like 9 months old. And so, yeah, you're going to be well into that process as you hit the mid-game on your account. And realistically, I've already got a champion or two to cover every major role that I can think of and that I want to have covered on this account. So how then do you start to decide what champions you want to take up to level 60 next? Well, it really just depends on what kind of area of the game you feel like you're lagging on the most, and you're just looking for upgrades in that very, very specific area, right? If you got one of your nukers is a little bit weak and is not really keeping up with the damage in Tag Arena anymore, you might want to max out a new nuker that's like legendary quality and is going to replace something like more of like a budget epic champ option. Something like that, right? It might be a new champ that's just going to increase your damage in something like Demon Lord Clan Boss from like 30 million per key to like 34 million per key. You know, hopefully it's a bigger upgrade than that, actually. That's not a very big upgrade, now that I think of it. But point is, you're looking for champs that can just eke out an advantage and improve your existing teams. You're also looking for champs that can just clear things faster. A good example of this is I was using, of course, Christ, I was using my starter champion, my kill, to farm campaign for like the first 6 or 7 months of my account. I eventually leveled up my Bellower, pulled the rare champ Bellower, one of the most notorious and just the grandest champs for farming campaign. And instead of taking like 40 seconds to clear a campaign stage and farm up my food champs, Bellower does it in 8 seconds. So that's something else you're trying to do as well, is just speed up your runs. Time becomes more and more of a resource in Raid the further into the game you get, because you're farming more areas of the game, right? You're getting things like Doom Tower keys in Cursed City progression, and you're trying to spend silver keys every day in the Doom Tower. Sometimes on bosses that are taking you a long, long time to kill off and to get dead, right? And so, tournaments as well, you know, things like dungeon tournaments are going on where you want to be farming things like Ice Golem. I went ahead, I leveled up my Dark Elhain, maxed her out. She's very, very good into the Ice Golem dungeon, and she reduced my kill time against Ice Golem from like 4 minutes to like 1 minute 50 seconds or something, which isn't like mind-blowing breakneck speed, but at the same time, I doubled my kill speed on that dungeon because it was very, very, very slow on Ice Golem stage 20 on my account. And so I'd consider maxing up Dark Elhain for that purpose, to greatly clear up that clear speed, to be a big win. So that's the kind of thing that you've got to think about when maxing up your champs as you get a little bit deeper into the game. You know, you're looking for specific upgrades in specific areas of the game. And that brings us on to rule number 5. And rule number 5 is going to be another caveat rule, another what if rule. Okay, and this is a big one, man. This becomes more and more important to consider, again, the later on into the game you get. But you want to start to think about how you are going to build a champion up in terms of gear and artifacts and artifact sets long before you take them up to 60. When you're in the early game, you just take them up to 60 because you have bad gear on everybody anyway. It kind of doesn't matter so much if you have like optimal gear lying around for that champ. But if you're going to max up a new champion and take them into something like Hydra, you better be damn sure that they're going to have pretty decent speed, okay? If they're a damage dealer, they've got to have that 100% crit rate, good crit damage. If they need accuracy, make sure that you're hitting the accuracy like stat thresholds for the difficulty of Hydra that you plan on using them in. If you're going to build them out with resistance in Hydra to be like a mischief tank, which if you're a new player, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's totally fine. But yeah, you got to know in advance whether or not you can actually hit those kind of stat checks on gear, right? So right now I've got Bivald built out with about 400 resistance, and he's acting as a mischief tank for me into just hard mode Hydra. Not really built out to be able to go too far beyond that because he's lacking a little bit of accuracy, but he's doing a job. Now, the problem for me is I kind of need another provoker ready to rock and roll in Hydra for a Hydra C team. I've got my first couple teams built out in a way that I'm happy enough with for the time being. I was thinking about taking up good old Coronar. Void Legendary, not one of the best Void Legendaries, really. He's like average to above average. I mean, he's just fine. You know, he can do the job of a Provoker. He can also do the job of being a Mischief tank, similar to what Bivald does, because he does buff himself up with a couple of, buffs that are only applied to him. And so because he has the most buffs on the team, the head of Mischief is going to attack him and try and steal those buffs. So I was thinking about building him out with Resistance and as a Mischief tank. Problem is, I just don't have very good resistance gear to actually build them out and meet those stat checks. And so now I'm applying rule number 5 to my own account here and thinking to myself, oh god, maybe I actually don't take up my Coronar to level 60 just yet. Maybe I just wait for a little while. I could still use him as a provoker into Hydra, so I might still take him up to level 60. But I've got to do this, right? I've got to go into his gear, head on into the filters, go into the fitting room, and just see if I can plan out a gear set on Coronar that looks like something approaching usable. You know, we've got like a triple speed roll righteous weapon here that somehow I haven't found a use for on anybody, you know, and see if I can build them out with like enough resistance to make this work. I mean, no resistance on this, but it's got okay-ish stat rolls and blah, blah, blah. And I've got to try and build out a gear set that looks like it could be approaching useful on the champ before I can really consider taking him up to max level. So that's just a consideration rule number 5 for, again, slightly more advanced accounts. Just make sure that you can actually gear out the champion that you're looking to take up to max first. Very, very important, boys. Alright, man. If you feel like I missed any tips, do make sure to drop them down below in the comments, of course. And once again, man, if none of this means anything to you because you're still in the super early game and you're looking for a fresh start in Raid, or if you're a more experienced player looking to start with a new alt account, then make sure to do so by clicking on the goddamn beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description. You get yourself 4 free epic champions, and it's just an absolutely incredible way to start off your juicy, saucy new Raid account. Just make sure that you signed up to Play and Play before clicking on that happy little link, and yeah, many, many free things shall be yours. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this one. And I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man. Bam! Nailed it, boys. Easy game. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. This is video number 1 shot. Real quick. I think that kind of covered just about everything. It's kind of awkward because I can't really read the chat as I'm recording, so if I missed anything, well, you're just going to have to drop it in a comment on the video when it actually comes out, right? Okay. Is anyone built Diana? That's a good question, Kevin, man. Is Diana actually a good champ? Is she actually worth building out? She's Sylvan Watches, right? I think she's Sylvan Watches. What the hell is going on? Okay, there we go. She's got a double hitter, strong version of decreased defense. That's not bad, man. That's like a pretty good land rate, to be honest. For an A1 strong version. She got ally attack on the A2. Quite good. If the attack gets into decreased defense, his attacks ignore, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty cool. And she also brings some self buffs as well, so you only have to build her out with the 70% crit rate. She seems like she should be pretty good. She feels like she should be fine, you know? Amen, D-Sams, dude. Had no idea you played Raid, bro. I haven't seen you since the good old WoW days. Oh my god, dude. Man, that's going way back right there. Those were the good old WoW days. And then the game changed. Well, we changed too, let's be real, but... Man. Nalhorn is the 13 Provoker Solstice. You know what? I wouldn't even put it past Nalhorn. I think he could do a job. Basically anywhere in the game. Good old Nalhorn, man. Which one should we buy first in Clan Shop? Yannicka or Yakal? Ooh. Well, Yakal, you have to be in a much, much higher level clan to actually start buying those fragments. I forget the level that you've actually got to be at. Clan Shop. Yeah, I've been buying the fragments for him. I forget what level you have to... Is it like clan level 12 or something? Maybe it's clan level 10, because we are level 10 just now and we can start buying them. Yeah, you have to be in a much, much higher level clan, and so you can... Usually you don't have a choice, really. You just got to start buying the Yannicka ones first. If you got a choice between the two... Damn, I mean, I think I'd start going for Yakal first, over Yannicka. Yeah, Yakal seems more useful as you progress in Raid than Yannicka. Yeah, man. Like, all of his freeze effects and stuff, he can actually help you out in just more areas of the game. Whereas Yannicka's more just like a vanilla nuker, you know? Than anything. At least Yakal has like a lot of utility with his freezes and stuff, you know? What is your full-time profession, assuming you work for Game Leap? Yeah, it's just running like a bunch of YouTube channels, man. We run the hell out of this YouTube channel, blast the crap out of Raid. I've got like a strategy gaming channel that I run on the side. God. Just everything associated with that, man. God, it's busy times, but we get through it, man. It's fun, you know. It's good times. Do you have any tips for Doom Tower? I'm on day 20 and have about the same level champs that you do. Okay, yeah, you talk about like on the free-to-play account. Damn. Doom Tower, honestly, I'd say just focus on the tips that we just covered about maxing up your champions. And just try and cover as many bases as you can with things like having like an AoE provoker, if you can. AoE decrease defense, AoE decrease attack. Just make sure that you can actually farm your way through some of the earlier waves in Doom Tower. And that will just get you some free rewards, at least, with every Doom Tower cycle. As for killing the bosses in Doom Tower, you can kind of just build strong damage dealers and brute force your way through some of the earlier stages in Doom Tower, but eventually you're going to have to start building more specialized champs. And that really just depends. That's too much to go into right now because obviously there's so many different bosses in Doom Tower and they rotate once a month. Like some bosses rotate in, some rotate out, blah, blah, blah. So it's a little bit too hard to cover some like exacts, but yeah. Okay, man. Would you take Sigmund over Sun Wukong? Yeah. I think I would, man. Let me just double check on Sigmund's kit. It's very, very versatile, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a double hitter. Both, I mean, basically 100% land rate AoE provoke. And basically 100% land rate decrease attack. Just on the A2. Like, that just trivializes all wave content. Like, you have no problem getting started against Doom Tower waves if you've got Sigmund the High Shield, right? You're just farming him. Like, he's just going to control the hell out of them. He also brings Shield and Strengthen, which is just, I mean, just two very, very solid buffs. Attacks one enemy. I thought he also had... oh, yeah, his decrease attack is on the A. So what does the A1 do? Remove any shield buffs. Chance of removing one random buff. Okay. I mean, this is going to help you out a hell of a lot into the potion keeps, where the magic potion keep gets really, really annoying very, very quickly. You can just remove the boss's shield, no problem. I just feel like Sigmund is just useful everywhere. He's one of those champs. Whereas Sun Wukong, it's like he's great for his block debuff, his block buffs skill. That's going to help you out a lot as you progress into Hydra. He's obviously great in PvP as well, because of his self-revive and stuff like that. Just really, really obnoxious to keep dead in PvP. So Sun Wukong's more of a specialist. He's like the long game plan. But for getting started in Raid, I feel like Sigmund is just... You know, he's like a solid like 7 out of 10. Or like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, and like everywhere. Whereas Sun Wukong might be like a 2 or a 3 in some places, but like an 8 or a 9 in others, if that makes sense. But yeah. I don't know what I'd do in gold PvP without Wukong. Yeah. Yeah, man. He's crazy, crazy good. He's crazy good, man. Arena is a huge deal for great haul bonuses. Yeah, that is true, man. That is true. Yeah, thanks, I focus on my champs for now, and like you said, I can brute force some of the levels. Yeah, man. Yeah, brute forcing them is, it's definitely the way to go. It's definitely the way to go, man. Okay. I have a little bit of energy to spend here on the main account, actually. Let me just go ahead and tackle that before we move on to the next video topic. Real quick. Okay. People in the clan come live for the first time on YouTube. Man. Yeah. Might as well reply real fast. Okay, oh, for God's sake, I've got no easy way to dump the energy. I guess we'll just do it into the event dungeon. For which my kill speed isn't the greatest. But it's good enough for stage 20, and I'm happy enough with that, I guess. Which one do you suggest I upgrade to 6 stars? All time at Yorg, Abyssal, Frozen Banshee, Valkyrie, or Kill? Bamboo, if you're just starting out, then I definitely say Kill. Kill is going to help you out a hell of a lot. Kill is going to allow you to, if you put Kill in a good lifesteal set with good stats, good attack, high crit rate, that kind of thing, you'll be able to solo farm, campaign, up to brutal difficulty, stage 12. And you want to be farming those brutal difficulty stage 12 levels to farm up your food champions. And so Kill is going to be your campaign farmer, right? He's going to be the first champion that you build out that has a very, very specific role on your account, you know, as campaign farmer. Those are really, really bad stats. Oh my god. Could double roll speed. God. I'm such a pack rat when it comes to gear, dude. Can't help myself. Okay, let's just spend a little bit more energy here. Okay. Man, I feel like I need someone to hold my hand and walk me through this game. It's really confusing. Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. There's so much to learn. But me personally, I love that. I love that, you know. I love that feeling of knowing that 80% of what I do in the first couple of weeks, I'm gonna be screwing up. But like, that's okay, you know. It's just all part of the learning process. Yeah, there's a lot to learn, man, between stats and how gear rolls work and how to judge a piece of gear, to whether it's decent or not, knowing what to max next and stuff like that. Okay. That's one thing I didn't cover, actually, was what champs I want to actually take up to max level next on the free-to-play account. I should probably like, go back and touch on that, honestly. Maybe. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Yeah, screw it. I'm actually going to do it, because I need to sort of like clear my own thoughts in that a little bit as well. Let me go ahead and just exit on out. Just go to the BRB screen. As we switch over. Okay. And we're back. Just about. Close enough. Oops. Cool, cool, cool. Another ancient shard? Wasn't to be. Okay, damn. Do you do account takeovers by any chance? I'd love to try out account takeovers in the future. That'd be really, really cool. But I don't do them right now. I still don't feel like I'm quite there yet. You know? I feel like I know a lot about... I feel like I know a lot about the fundamentals of the game. But like, if someone's wanting me to, like, how am I going to kill Amius on my account, man? Help, Gob. I'm like, bro, I've never even looked at Amius yet. You know, like, I'm still, like, there are levels. There are levels to raid content creators, I guess, and people doing account takeovers and stuff. And I'm still fairly low level, man. I've got, like, my B tier license. I need to work up to, like, an A or an S tier license, man, before I feel ready to do stuff like that, you know? But, yeah. Okay, man. As for champs that I'm thinking of, yeah, so as for champs that I'm thinking of taking up to max level next, or at least to level 50 on the alt account, and this is mostly just to get my own thoughts straight. I think that Tyrell is going to be kind of an obvious one to take up to 50 right after Kill. I think Kill is going to be the next level 60. He's got to be. God, look at his horrible flat stat items right now, by the way. Oh my god, dude. It's just so you can literally hit accuracy. Obviously, I won't be taking these up to 16 anytime soon. And as a brand new account, I have a lot of crap items, right? A lot of 3 stars and 4 stars. And yeah, these perception pieces, bad as they may be, are just kind of the best I can do in them right now. But I do want to take him up to level 60, frankly, because he's going to help me out a hell of a lot into Clan Boss because of his quad hitter poison. Just makes sense to take the kill up. And I think I like the idea of just taking up a couple of big damage dealers as the first 2 champions to take up to level 60 on a new account anyway, just because it kind of allows you to brute force your way through things like early bosses in Doom Tower, like we mentioned on the stream in just like a few minutes ago, and just brute force your way through things like early waves and stuff like that as well. So a couple of damage dealers, Sun Wukong and Kill, I think are going to be grand. Tyrell up to level 50, very, very possibly up to level 60 in the coming weeks as well. And then, honestly, a little bit less obvious, but Apothecary. Apothecary is going to take priority ahead of Loki, who, frankly, is just more of like an arena specialist champ and is not that versatile in what he can do. And so I'm just going to leave Loki where he is. Same with Rector Drath as well, kind of just like an out-and-out healer and reviver, and while she's going to be extremely valuable on the account later on, for the early game, I just want to get Apothecary up and running, man. Apothecary is the man, okay? The guy's got a triple hitter on the A1, which this attack alone is going to help to boost up our damage against Clan Boss, which is fine, not by anything massive, but it's fine. And it's also going to help us out in the Fire Knight dungeon, right? The Fire Knight dungeon, dude, is one of the hardest dungeons to get started in as a brand new player. Just because, of course, the boss puts up its shield stacks and you got to plink those shield stacks down one at a time. And it's just rough. It's just rough for a new player who doesn't have any multi-hitters on their account to get started in that dungeon. Apothecary kind of trivializes that a little bit and just helps you get a start and make your way up to at least stage 10 Fire Knight, making it so that you can conceivably farm some okay 5-star gear from Fire Knight, right? He also brings a heal on his A2, which is grand, but also most importantly, he brings the strong version of increased speed as well, and so just a very, very, very powerful buff to bring. He also brings a little bit of 10 meter fill as well on this A3, so he's going to help us out in all areas of content with this skill, but it's also going to help us out a lot in the arena too, right? So if we're just playing a team that goes first before our enemies, we can ensure that he's going to get this skill off first instantly, and then we've got ourselves a go first style arena team, and we can hopefully just one-shot the entire enemy team before they can do anything, with a little bit of help, of course, from Sun Wukong. So I think it's going to be Kale, Apothecary, and then Tyrell is going to be the next level, level 50s at least, that I take up on this alt account. So, yeah. There it is, man. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Man. Okay, man. Sip of water. Bro, you can use my account for practice with the account takeover. I need all the help. Man. I don't know, man. Like, if it's like a brand new account, maybe I could do a little bit of that. I still don't feel super comfortable doing it, to be honest. Like, maybe I tell you what, man. Once my free-to-play account is like a few months older, and I've like gone through the early game again a second time, and I've like polished up what I know about the game and the early game a little bit more and stuff like that. Maybe I can help out, man. Maybe I can jump in and start doing like an account takeover here and there and stuff. By then, of course, you would have been playing the game for like 4 or 5 months, so it might not be very helpful for you anymore, you know. But yeah, I'd like to feel a bit more qualified, man. Kevin, like 45 days in, level 50 on your main Tyson. There you go, man. There you go, dude. Level 50 is nothing to sniff at. Man. Ooh, Daniel, you think I should take up the Rector instead of the Tyrell first? I don't know, man. The Tyrell brings like multiple big debuffs. I just feel like the Tyrell helps out a bit more in other areas of the game as well as Clan Boss. Like, he's a very, very versatile epic, you know? Decreased attack and decreased defense and 10 meter control, by the way, on his A3 as well. So he'll also help out into Fire Knight. Don't get me wrong, Rector's definitely going to be, like, if I had to pick a champ that was going to be 4th on the list, like, Rector going up to level 50 is kind of like an obvious choice. But then probably just leave her at level 50 for a little while, and then maybe take Tyrell up to 60, like from 50. Might be my plan, you know? But there you go, man. Hey, what's up, Statchaser? Yes, those free gifts were great. Oh, did you use the promo code GameLeap? It's above my head right now, somewhere around here anyway. Yeah, if you haven't used promo code GameLeap, make sure that you get it used, man. It's a free energy refill, it's 10 free experience brews, and you best believe it's... what else? 100,000 silver, man. So make sure you go ahead and get promo code GameLeap used, man. It was recently reactivated by the gods that be at Plarium, and so, yeah, if you've never used it before, the time is now, man. It is active once again. Of course, if you have used it before, it will tell you that the code is, like, invalid or whatever, but, you know. Okay, man. Man, if you want content out of it, I definitely consider polishing Elite mid-game. Yeah. I'm level 72 and lots of stuff is opening up for me, but next progression milestones are also getting very hard at do. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I feel that. I feel that. Like, I'm at like 80-something now on my account. It definitely starts around like the mid-level 60s, where suddenly it's like, it's not a problem of like what champions you have anymore. It's like gear. And you just don't have enough gear with like really, really good stat rolls on it anymore. And things like Perfect Souls matter so much. Like, they make such a huge, ridiculous difference, you know? Perfect Souls, dude. If you get like a 5-star Perfect Soul on a champ... Dude, let me switch them back over to the goddamn... Let me switch it. I'm just gonna switch back over to the main account again, but... Like, the impact of Perfect Souls and their ability to help you progress in this game is just ludicrous. Like, obscene, ridiculous, man. There it is. Go switch them back... Switcheroo back onto the main account, but... Where is it, man? Where is it? I mean, dude... Where is this, man? Look at this goddamn... Look at this Thor soul right here. Like, this is just nuts. So, it's like... Even just regardless of, like, whatever, like, blessing you decide to opt into, just the stat increases are just nuts. And, like... I've noticed now at account, like, level 80-ish on the main account... that just getting higher quality Perfect Souls for my champs... is what is going to help me to progress into harder levels of Hydra and stuff, because otherwise it's so tough to hit things like accuracy thresholds. And even on like your damage dealers in Hydra, you just need them to hit a certain amount of defense at a certain point. If not, the Head of Wrath is going to counterattack and just one-shot everybody. And it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you just can't build your Reviver on the team to have enough defense and all of the other stats that they need, like accuracy and speed and whatever. You just can't build them tanky enough to survive. The Head of Wrath AoE one-shot, you know, when it eventually comes down the line in Hydra. And it's just rough, and it's like the only way to do it is to eventually find the perfect soul for that champ. So I'm starting to prioritize farming up Iron Twins and just getting soul stones, which more consistently on the account as well. So yeah, the perfect souls just make such an enormous difference, man. Oh my god. Ooh, Solstice, I got a 5-star perfect soul on my alt Ugo, and I'm in love. Yeah, dude. Dude, I got like a 3-star soul for my Ugo. I was so happy with even just that. Just because of the plus defense, man. Like, it's the only thing I really cared about, you know? I've already got very, very good accuracy stats and stuff on the Ugo and very, very solid speed. So just having the extra defense, like, is going to make such a big difference, dude. I think we're going to actually try and, for the first time on this account this week, actually get a chest. Hopefully get, like, a max level chest from a Brutal Hydra. But now I know that the Hydra was buffed recently, and so I'm pretty terrified of that, and I might not be able to pull it off. But, yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I can put a team together. I definitely have the chance to do it. I just need to use my brain and sit down for a while and do some experimenting and stuff, you know. I should be able to pull it off, please, you know. My god. Do you not use RS Helper by chance? I used to use it. I don't use it so much anymore. I used it like a few times at Artifact Enhancement events for just mass upgrading stuff. But then it feels like it just bugs out. Like every 3 days or something, it needs patching again, and you gotta wait for the patch to come down because it's like an independent, you know, guy, I guess, who's like coding this thing and trying to keep the app updated. Yeah, I don't know, man. I felt like it was just a little bit clunky for me, but I was only really using it for Artifact Enhancement, to be fair. So, man, My next round of rank ups are going to be 80% dedicated to Hydra, but now that Hydra has been changed, I'm not sure if that's the move. Yeah, dude. Oh, God. It's so scary, man. Like, I haven't even tried out new Hydra yet. I haven't even looked at it just yet. Okay, we've got Black Sun just absolutely annihilating. Just the absolute Giga Chad of the clan right here. Boosting the hell out of everybody. Yeah, we've got Brutal sitting here ready to go. I've only got to hit 29 mil. That should be doable, right? That should be doable. I shouldn't, like... I should be able to pull that off. With, like, the champion roster that I've got, that should be doable, man. There's gotta be. There's gotta be, man. Fake Gold says, I find Tyrell pretty weak despite all of the good spells. Man, you think so? I mean, he's very much, he's kind of like a lightweight version of Sigmund the High Shield, and what I mean by that, he's a very, very versatile champion. He's a very, very versatile champ, but he doesn't really excel in like any one area of the game, if that makes sense, you know? Okay, God, I need to rebuild my Lazarius as well, by the way. Just embarrassing to not have even 300 accuracy, and the crit damage is getting to be okay, at least. He's doing alright. It's just, I still like seeing a lot of blue gear on a mythical champ, you know? But okay. That's where the main account is right now anyways, man. We're doing pretty good. Is Deacon Armstrong any good, by the way? Hell yes, Mr. Trippy. Deacon Armstrong is great. It's a great champion, man. Very, very good indeed. Very, very solid. Okay. Can't stand having... as soon as I have enough energy to spend on anything, I just gotta spend it. Can't help myself. Can't just sit around, you know. Oh, sorry, Errant. We almost missed your message there, man. Who would be the better option to 6-star? Loki or Stagnite? Definitely Stagnite. Definitely Stagnite, man. At least Stagnite taken up to level 50 would be great. Problem is with Loki, as like, I'm assuming that you're a very, very early game player. Maybe you're in your first few weeks or your first couple months. You want champions that just help out into a lot of areas of the game. Stagnite is definitely one of those. In fact, the next video we're going to be shooting live on this stream in just a few minutes is going to be champs that do exactly that. Champs that are just great everywhere. That just do a job for you everywhere. Loki is definitely not one of those champs. Loki is very, very much like a specialist champ. He has a very, very specific job in a very specific area of the game, which is typically arena. And I know some people are getting used to him in other areas of the game too. I think I saw someone on YouTube post up a video talk about how they were getting use out of Loki and Hydra, like Loki and Thor or something in Hydra. I don't think I'd recommend that. I don't think I'd recommend that, man. But then again, I didn't click on the video. But you never know, man. With these damn content creators, you know. Not that I'd ever do such a thing. But these damn content creators, man. This champion is absolutely broken. Use your champion. Build Loki like this. You know, and like lots of arrows pointing at the Loki. And Loki with all kinds of gains and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what those thumbnails are like, man. So yeah, don't be deceived into a maxing out Loki, man. Loki the Deceiver, you know. Take him at his namesake. I also rebuilt the Scylla the Drakes quite recently as well, which I'm pretty happy with. All up and over here too. I've got some items that I need to ascend here still, but I've tried to build her out to have like a very impressive amount of defense, or at least impressive for my account, and then just make her fast as hell, and then get her in a Relentless set as well, because I'm planning on booking up Scylla the Drakes pretty soon. And man, spoilers, but dudes, I'm going to try and build like a 4-man barbarian team with Dune Lord Gregor at the heart of the team. We talking like Syl, Dune Lord, goddamn Thor, goddamn Archer Queen, where is she? Crown Jewel on my account over here, you know? And just build like a 4-man barbarian team like that, and then like a couple of other champs, and just like see what we can get done in Hydra with like a barbarian heavy team. Just because Gregor has so many like synergy bonuses. Specifically with barbarians, you know, so I think this could be really, really cool, man. I think we could be onto something here, man. Ooh. Stagnite or Sigmund Tyson? Ooh. It's a good question, man. That's a damn good question, Tyson, because epic skill tomes are easier to get for Stagnite to max out his skills. Sigmund, on the other hand, you've got to be happy to use him without any skill tomes for probably a long time if you're just getting started. Both can be great. I'd say if you've got a lot of epic skill tomes lying around, like 5 or 6 or more epic skill tomes lying around, and you can buck up Stagnite during like the next CVC, then make it Stagnite. Otherwise, Sigmund is great. Like, they both take up to level 60 though. Both great to take up to 60. But... okay. Alright, Mr. DJ Rhythm. Hey man, this is Talon, by the way. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome, 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 man. There it is, there it is. Okay, holy crap, man. How the hell are we wending our way towards like 100 views here, man? I ain't even doing nothing. I'm just sitting around chatting. Not that I have a problem with it anyway. It's cool, man. Cool to be able to talk some raid live, you know? Okay. That said, we should probably move on to the next video that we're going to be shooting here live. So let's just go ahead and do all of this action, and while we're switching over accounts, one more time for anybody who's just joined the stream, make sure to go ahead and use good old promo code GameLeap to get your hands on 10 free energy, wait a minute, 10 free experience brews, an energy refill, and 100,000 silver. That promo code, as you can well see, is above this side, above my head right now, man. Recently reactivated by Plarium, and it is good to go. That said, obviously if you've used it in the past at some point, then it's not going to do anything for you, but you know, if you haven't used it before, it is there and ready to rock and roll. Okay, man. Speaking of being ready to rock and roll, I just got to check my notes real quick because I do want to cover Tyrell and what we're about to talk about here. Where is he? Where is he? Yes, of course we have Tyrell. Stagnite as well. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we're about to cover a whole bunch of champs that are very, very accessible, very, very easy for you to get your hands on, that are also just good everywhere, just very, very versatile in the game. And if you're starting off a brand new account and you're looking forward to pulling your ancient shards for the first time during a 2x event, these are exactly the kind of champs that you want to be pulling super, super early on in the game. Just because they're so versatile, right? Oh, man. Oh, goddamn. What's up, Luna James? How's it going? How's it going? We are there indeed. Okay. Oh, yo. Hey, before we get started, what's up, man? Nicholas? Hi, I'm a new player, 30 days in. Oh my god, man, and you got Gregor, dude. I was thinking of using him in a clan boss for protection, but I also have Renegade. Who should I 6-star? Damn. Christ, what does Gregor actually bring to the table for clan boss? I've actually got to look that up. Does he bring decrease attack? Let me look up Gregor real quick, man. He's pretty good in the clan boss, I believe. Okay, so his A1 is a provoke. Oh no, he doesn't bring decrease attack, he brings an increase attack for your team and increase accuracy, which the increase accuracy is a little bit dubious in how useful that is. Okay, he brings some buff duration increase, he also brings a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of Gregor's HP. Damn, Gregor or Renegade? Did he even do like similar-ish jobs? I can't remember what the hell Renegade does, man. Hang on, I can check Renegade in here. Renegade is, Knight's Revenant, right? Is it? Yeah, Renegade, okay. Damn, dude. Ooh. Yeah, this is tough, man. Like, they're two very, very, very different champions, which is kind of making it a little bit tough. Damn. Gregor brings vodka and bears. Yeah, man. But yeah, Renegade is like... Renegade isn't bad. Definitely a good champion. I do have a... I think I have a Renegade, actually, even on this free-to-play. But decrease the cooldown of all ally skills by 2 turns. The skill does not affect this champion or other champions with the skill. This champion receives 30% damage equal to the max HP. So she can actually just delete herself, which isn't exactly ideal. I mean, I think I'd say take up Gregor. I think I'd say level up Gregor. Just because Renegade, I mean, you've got to have like a lot of healing on hand to keep her alive. I'm assuming that you're pretty... oh yeah, you said you were 30 days in, Nicholas. Yeah, I think Gregor's just going to do more for your account overall. He's not only going to help out a little bit into Clan Boss. He's not the best Clan Boss champion to bring in, by the way, but if you need an increased attack champion on your Clan Boss team, he will bring that plus a little bit of survivability at least. Whereas Renegade, it's very, very composition dependent. In 30 days in, you probably don't have very good champs for Renegade to be supporting with their A3. And with Renegade, it's really all about their A3, right? It's the only thing that's actually useful into Clan Boss. So, yeah, I'd say do Lord Gregor, man. I think that's the one. What's the most important tip you can give a beginner who wants to start progressing in Hydra? Damn. If I had to pick one tip, I can't. It's impossible. You gotta bring at least one reliable provoker. The Head of Decay is the only head that can be provoked, and it should be provoked at all times, if you can. And so good, reliable provoker. It can be a provoker who has a provoke on a 3-10 cooldown. Yeah, it could be a provoker with a 3-10 cooldown provoke, but then they have to be built like very, very fast so that they can get that provoke off very, very often, if that makes sense. Or provoker with a provoke on the A1 can also work, so they can keep it up reliably. You also want, most crucially in my opinion, is an AoE block buffs debuff champion. Just really, really crucial. If you started off with the promo link, which I actually didn't start off with on this account. Oh my god, man, I totally shot myself in the foot. But if you were to start off your new raid account with this promo link right here that I'm showing on screen just now, this promo link is down below in the video description. You start your account off with this promo link, you'll get your hands on one of the best possible block buffs debuff style champions, who I'll just show on main screen right now. Where is Ugo, man? There's Ugo. Yeah, so Ugo brings not only a decreased defense, but also a block buffs debuff that applies for a couple of turns. This is really, really crucial to bring into Hydra, to be honest. Make sure that you have this set up. Otherwise, the Hydra heads will buff themselves with, first of all, the Head of Mischief is going to start stealing your buffs, then it can spread your buffs to all of the other Hydra heads. So that's really, really bad news. But they'll also buff themselves with the Poison Cloud buff. And what that does is it makes all of your attacks weak hit into the Hydra heads, which is a complete disaster. It's just going to reduce your damage by like 85% and make it almost impossible to land, you know, key debuffs in certain cases. And it's just going to wreak havoc. So yeah, an AoE block buffs debuff like you get on Ugo is very, very, very crucial indeed. Yeah, those are the two main things that I'd recommend you bring, man. Provoke, nice and reliable, and an AoE block buffs debuff. I think that those are the two key ingredients before you can really start looking at Hydra in any serious way, you know? Okay, man. Okay. So, it's time to actually cover the topic of the next video, man. Let's go ahead and rock this out, dude. Let's roll this out. Okay. Let me get all set up. Blah, 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 blah. Tried to start with Corrado. Ugo didn't work for me. Now I have my phone number linked to like 80 emails. Yeah. You need lots of emails, Doragon, with Raid Shadow Legends, that's for sure, man. Hi, I'm a few months into the game. One thing which confuses me, if I should build my champion based on power, recommended artifacts, or stats based on skills. The recommended artifacts are horrible. Definitely don't pay any attention to those. Like, in-game recommended artifacts are just never ever a good idea. Most important thing on any champion's gear, really, is the primary stat, first and foremost. For example, Sun Wukong being a damage dealer. I want to build him out with 100% crit rate. And so, I just got some max crit rate gauntlets that I took up to level 16. 5 stars, so I'm happy to do that, even if the substats kind of suck on these. Ideally, we'd have things like speed and attack percentage and more crit damage and stuff on these substats, but while the substats suck, the crit rate on these gloves is very, very helpful for where I'm at on the account right now for getting Wukong up to 100% crit rate total. And so yeah, the stats on the gear is definitely the most important thing, and the actual sets of the gear, the sets that you want to be looking out for. I did a video recently on the channel talking about, it was like the top 10 best farmable sets in Raid, so you don't have to, you don't have to swipe to get your hands on these sets, is what I'm saying. You can actually target farm these sets and make sure that you get some good sets online, but really, getting good stats on your gear is kind of priority number 1. and trying to match those stats, like you also mentioned as well, to match up with what your champion actually scales with. So of course, Sun Wukong, damage based on attack. It means that generally speaking, I'd much rather have an attack percentage chestplate here instead of an HP percentage chestplate. But again, I'm 3 weeks in on this free-to-play account, you know, so I'm kind of grasping at straws a little bit with what gear I'm actually able to get my hands on. But yeah, you're totally right about that. Make sure that you are always checking what the damage is based on for your champs when it comes to, yeah, if you're building that champion as a damage dealer. Of course, it doesn't matter for all champions. Sometimes you've got like a champ that's just there to apply provoke and a bunch of debuffs, and you don't really care if his damage is based on defense or HP or whatever. Like, who the hell cares, you know? Who the hell cares? They're there to do a job, and it's to control the opponent, you know, rather than be dealing damage. But, okay. So there you do go, man. Okay. Let me pop up the notes real quick. And let's do this, man. Okay. It is video shooting time, so get ready for a fresh intro for the guys who are watching this a little bit later on YouTube. So, hey, what is up, guys? Oh, wait a minute. I haven't even started recording at the same time. Okay, do over, man. Okay. We're recording now. I'm a professional over here, by the way. Hey, what is up, guys? This is Corb, and oi, look at how many Ancient Shards we've got ready to pull, man. Ready to rock and roll, and we are due an Ancient Shard pulling event anytime soon, which means that we're going to be opening all of these shards and hopefully getting our hands on, I mean, a legendary would be incredible, but plenty of epic champions. So the topic of this video is going to be talking about what kind of epic champions we could be hoping to pull on this account, on a new account that could do an incredible amount of work for us, right? We talk about epics that are easy to get your hands on, so non-void epics, and champs that just are good everywhere, that are very versatile, and that is exactly the kind of epic champs that you want on your early game account, right? They're just going to allow you to brute force things like early stages of Doom Tower, areas of the game that are otherwise just going to be shut off to you a little bit. Ideally, you want to be farming up to things like stage 10 of dungeons in the earliest months of your raid account. If you can hit stage 10 on dungeons, that means that during dungeon tournaments, you can farm up to 5-star quality gear for some pretty damn good sets for when you're starting out. And so these champs are hopefully going to help you to do that. Alright. Tight little intro secured, man. Tight little intro secured. Well, that's all good. Yeah, goddamn, man. Okay. Solstice, you're already pumping out all those suggestions, man. I tell you what, I've already got a couple of those champs that you've mentioned written down in the list. Allura is an interesting one, man. I'm actually not going to include Allura in the list just because she's, I feel like she's so specialized. Okay, I mean, she's useful into a few areas, but she's not like a Stag Knight that you're going to use everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm saying. Okay, man. Alright, man, and once again, just for the guys on YouTube. But before we go ahead and get that done, hey man, if you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, a new free-to-play adventure so that you can play along with the likes of my free-to-play account that I'm blasting right now, then make sure to start that new account by using the beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description, man. You can get your hands on Ugo as a starting champion, plus 3 additional epics after the Ugo as you level your account up towards account level 50. It's an incredible way to start off your new Raid adventure, and just make sure that you are signed out of Plarium Player on PC before downloading Raid with that link, just to ensure that you get your hands on all of these saucy rewards associated with this beginner link. Alright, man. Let's do this. Now, the very first champion I am actually going to shout out immediately, because I think that this is a very kind of singular, rare champion. I know we're going to be talking about epics mostly in this one, but Apothecary, man, was I extremely hyped to pull this guy on this free-to-play account, man, because not only does he have a triple hit on his A1, so he's going to help us out with damage into things like Clan Boss, and he's going to unlock the Fire Knight dungeon for us with this triple hitter. He's going to allow us to farm that all-important stage 10, because you want as many multiple attackers as you possibly can. Going into Fire Knight, he does that job for us, but he also brings a little bit of healing, which is great, and he brings the all-important strong version of increased speed on all allies for 2 turns, also filling the 10 meter of allies by 15% as well, which is basically as good as an epic champion's increase speed skill. In fact, it is literally as good as High Katoon's 10 meter booster and increased speed skill on her A2. And yeah, she's an epic quality champ that you'd otherwise get after 30 days, you know? And so I think that Apothecary is well worth a mention, even if he's not an epic champion. Super high priority little nerd to be looking out for as you are pulling even your mystery shards, you know? With being a rare champ, so accessible you can pull him from the greens. So, off to a decent enough start. Now, epic champions that are just good everywhere, man. And this is a champ that I don't see get mentioned enough. We're going to be starting off in the Sylvan Watchers faction with good old Ruella, man. I wanted to start off with Ruella because she just doesn't get spotlighted enough for me. And honestly, again, she's just awesome everywhere, dude, and helps to unlock certain dungeons for you as well, man. Once again, she's got a triple hitter on the A1 with each critical hit, so you have to build her up with 100% crit. But each hit has a chance of stealing 5% of the target's 10 meter. When this is fully booked up, it's a 100% chance. It's 15% 10 meter steal on a triple hitter. So good into Fire Knight. And because it's not attacking at random, it's also excellent for controlling the Spider's 10 meter as well in Spider's Den. So she just helps you out in 2 dungeons right off the very get-go. Then, on the A2, attacks one enemy 3 times, so another triple hitter. Each hit with a chance of placing a strong version of decreased defense, weaken, and strong version decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Dude, like, this is really good. Decreased defense and weaken against clan boss? Excellent. Like, these are excellent skills to be bringing into Demon Lord Clan Boss. Again, we talk about beginner accounts here, you know, these are some premium debuffs that you're looking to collect up. And then, of course, these debuffs are helpful everywhere, obviously. Decreased speed. Goddamn Spider's Den all over again. A lot of bosses in the game. Anything that you can decrease the speed of, strong version. Very good indeed. And then on the A3, it doesn't stop there, really. Bookable down to a 310 cooldown, fill the 10 meter of all allies by 20%, and increase the crit rate of all allies by 30% for 2 turns. Yeah, just a little bit of something extra there, I guess. The most impressive bit about this is, of course, going to be the 10 meter fill. You know, if you're looking to build your very first, like, go first style arena teams when you're just starting out in Raid, especially in something like Tag Arena, where you need multiple champs like that, potentially. Ruella's going to help you out, man. She's just good everywhere. She's like one of those champs that's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Kind of everywhere, man. I think that she is one of the unsung heroes in this game. Blasting on ahead into the Orcs. Dude, this is another champ that's just... I mean, look at him. Look at him, dude. What a Chad. Can I just say how badass this guy looks? This is one of the best designed epics in the game in just terms of just absolute badassery. And yeah, this is another one of those champs that's just really quite excellent everywhere in the game. So on his A1, he's got himself a double hitter. Not quite a triple, but, you know, also brings strong version of decreased accuracy, which is fine. Mostly a nice to have, just a solid A1. On the A2, he's got himself an attack all enemies with a chance of placing a strong version of decreased attack and strong version of decreased defense. Does require maybe slightly more than average skill books overall, but for me, well worth it if you pull Duck the Pierced early. Just 2 of the most powerful debuffs in the game that, again, are useful everywhere. Wave content, bosses, you name it. Duck the Pierced has got it covered, right? Not only that, but dude, the control this guy brings on his A3, it is a 4-turn cooldown, but place a provoke debuff for 1 turn on the target enemy. Also has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn on 2 additional random enemies. Dude, it's just really good. Like, it's just excellent wave control, and yeah, like, Duck the Pierced is one of those champs that's just going to trivialize basically all wave content when you are getting started in this game, and he'll continue to scale into your account for quite a long time indeed. Duck the Pierced, man. Oh my god, would I love to have a champ like good old Duck on this free-to-play, man. Next up, a champ that people actually covered just now in the chat. We're actually streaming this live just now as we are shooting this video. We've got good old Stag Knight. Where the hell is he, man? He is Sacred Order, right? Wait a minute, is he Sacred Order or Bannerlords? I don't see him, he's Bannerlords. We'll cut that out in editing. Don't worry about it, boys. Okay. This is the power of editing right here, man. Okay, there he is, man. And there he is, man. Good old Stag Knight in banner loads. Boom, there we go, man. I swear I didn't look for him in sacred order or anything like that. Okay, man. The Ear 1. He's got himself a double hitter as well. Each hit with a chance of placing a strong version of decreased speed debuff for a couple of turns. So he's got that like slight advantage on Duck the Pierce. Decreased speed is generally going to be a bit more valuable in more areas of the game than decreased accuracy, but not a bad Ear 1. And then on his Ear 2, attacks all enemies, and just like Duck the Pierce, has a... Man, what the hell chance is this? This is a 95% chance? Fully booked up? My eyes playing tricks on me? That's a 95% chance. That's so random. Anyway, it has a 95% chance of placing the strong version of decreased defense and decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So just bringing all of the important stuff. And, yeah. That's Stag Knight. He's awesome. What does his passive do? I can't even remember. Place an increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn. Each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. A little bit of a random passive as well, but you know what? It has no cooldown. It's a nice to have. It's mostly just about the super, super powerful debuffs that Stag Knight is bringing. And again, when you're starting off your new account, man, it's really about just trying to like plug as many gaps in your teams as possible and make sure that you have at least 1 or 2 champions across your entire account's roster that's bringing these very, very important kind of core debuffs. Things like increased speeds, decreased defenses, decreased attacks. Yeah. All of that good stuff, and just making sure that you're covering as many bases as you possibly can. Stag Knight, he lands 2 and 1, and so he's very, very solid as well. Another champ that the chat actually pointed out real quick as we were setting up to shoot this video on the live is, of course, going to be Deacon Armstrong. This is just well accepted as one of the, I don't know, A+, if not S tier, support style epics in this game. Spirit Affinity, so very, very easy to just randomly pull this guy from an ancient shard. The A1, once again, is another double hitter, which again, that's going to be a bit of a theme with these champs, right? A lot of them do have these multiple hitters, and so they can do a little bit of a job for you for getting started in areas like Fire Knight. For Deacon, it's a chance of placing leech debuffs, so just a bit of healing spread across your entire team. On the A2, it's an attack all enemies, 100% chance booked of placing the strong version of decreased defense for a couple of turns, and then it's 10 meter manipulation for Deacon. Fills the 10 meter of all allies by 15% and decrease the 10 meter of all enemies by 15%, then get that extra turn. This is of course great against all wave content. It's great into Spider's Den in particular, reducing the 10 meter of all of the little spiderlings as well as the boss itself. But it's also great into Arena too, because Deacon comes along with an increased ally speed in all battles by 19%, making it much, much easier for you to just build out your Deacon with speed, allow him to go first in somewhere like Arena, and now you've got yourself a go first style Arena team. So he's also going to help you out in the PvP too, man. Good old Deacon. What an absolute Giga Chad. Don't let that owl face fool you, man. What a beautiful beard he has. Okay. Let's take a quick breather, man. How many have we covered so far? Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're covering the super, super early game champs first. Then we're going to go more into champs that like scale up over time as well. A little bit further on. Okay. Oh my god, Hawk Gaming, you just pulled Sir Nicholas. Where can I use him? Under the Christmas tree. Oh god, Labau. Dude, Sir Nicholas, what does he even do? I haven't even looked at the guy yet. Damn, man. To go as a Chad, because there's not a ton of orcs that are good. That's true, James. Actually, that's a good point. That's a good point, man. I wasn't actually going to cover to go in this video, but you know, they're a pretty crap faction, man. Like, at least until you get to like the legendaries are obviously going to be solid for basically every faction, but yeah, the rares is like one good rare orc. It's one good rare orc, dude. And then like everything else is just yeah, you just bring increased speed as well, so I can't much argue with that. Can't much argue with that, man. Okay, you know what? As per the chat's recommendation, we're actually going to talk about Tagore real quick here as well, man. Because frankly, the Orc faction, and this is a point to consider, sucks. Okay, well, they don't suck, okay, but they have a lot of powerful options that are like really quite strong, and that's great. But realistically, as far as like epic champs and rare champs go, the orc faction, it's just kind of crappy. I do think that that increases the value of, we've already covered, of course, Duck the Pierce. There are not that many good, like very standout epic champions among the orcs. To be honest, C is a good void epic, but she's kind of tough to get your hands on. We're going to go ahead and spotlight good old Tagore, man. He's got another double hitter on his A1, which is great. Plays a strong version of increased defense buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest current HP, which is honestly very, very solid. I like this a lot for an A1 for a support style champion. He brings it to attack all enemies on the A2, places a strong version of increased speed buff on allies for 2 turns, then heals all allies by 15% of Tagore's max HP. And so you can just build him out to be super, super tanky, and that heal is going to scale up like a good one. It's going to be great. Just very, very solid support skills overall. I actually forgot how good this A2 was, man, which is why Tagore wasn't originally included in this list. And then, of course, he brings a AoE revive as well on his A3. And so I think that Tagore is well worth a mention on this list, even if you're probably not going to max him up right away to level 60 as a new player. If you do pull him, he's well worth taking up to level 50, and then you can develop him into a level 60 at a later date, you know, a couple months down the line or whatever. As you see fit, man. So yeah, we'll go ahead and throw Tagore in there as well. I should also point out as well at this point in the video that we're really talking here about champions that are super, super good to pull very, very early on in your account for now. But we're also going to talk about some champions that are quite versatile towards the end of the video that also scale up to be useful in areas like Hydra, right? The more late game areas. And so you can definitely take some of the later champs in this video up to level 60 and basically have no regrets at all, right? But for now, it's the much, much more early game stuff. I am going to go ahead and call out good old Thalesia here, man. Good old Thalesia. I pulled myself a Thalesia before I got my War Maiden up to level 50, and I needed a champ that brought the strong version of decreased defense at 100% land rate. Thalesia was just a solid, solid upgrade, a solid hop up on War Maiden. The thing I like about Thalesia is if you pull her super, super early on, what you can actually do is build her out to be a debuffer, so she's bringing decreased defense. Her A2 is another attack all enemies that increases the duration of debuffs on enemies by 110. But the good thing about Thalesia is that while she brings those important skills, that important utility, she hits hard, man. She can actually kind of smack. She's squishy, so she's not going to be able to scale into super high level content without like major gear struggles and stuff like that. Like she's going to struggle into anything beyond like hard Hydra, and even then it's a bit of a challenge to keep her alive. But what she can do is double up as like a secondary nuker and almost like a hybrid debuffer at the same time, man. So Thalesia, I think she's versatile enough that I consider her to be a decent enough inclusion on this list. It's 2 attack all enemy skills as well, man. You can't sniff at stuff like that if you build her out with a 100% crit and just some decent damage. Next up, man, we're going to cover a slightly more obvious champ here, but we got to touch on Tyrell. This guy is, yeah, old but gold, literally in this case, man. What a lovely mask he has. On the A1, he brings the strong version of decreased attack again on a double hitter. It's funny, man. I didn't actually notice all of these double hitters and triple hitters when I was making this list, but there you go. He's another one with a double hitter, which, again, finite utility. Great. Decreased attack, good everywhere. Particularly good into clan boss because this is a very, very high land rate decrease attack because it's on each hit of this double hitter that he has a chance to apply it. So very, very good. On the A2, attack all enemies, 100% chance bugged of placing a strong decreased defense debuff for a couple of turns. And if he's already applied the decreased attack debuff to an enemy, he'll also put that enemy to sleep with this A2 as well. So that's fine. And then on the A3, attacks one enemy, decrease the target's turn meter by 50%. If the attack fully depletes the target's 10 meter, it places that stun debuff for a couple of turns, which is just good into wave content, really. But the 10 meter decrease, good into Spider, good into Fire Knight. It's going to help you out in those early dungeons that are otherwise just a bit of a pain in the trying to think of a politically correct descriptor that I can use on YouTube. Buttocks. Okay, we'll just go with that. Tyrell, yeah, he's one of those champs that, again, is going to fall off as your account develops. Once you're like 6 months in, you might end up replacing him. But early days, he just does so much stuff pretty well that he's well worth taking on up. Okay, next up on into the Bannerlords. I do believe we're going to find Giscard here waiting for us. Dude, love this like Roman purple shawl that Giscard is wearing, by the way. It's like it's so like Roman inspired, man. I kind of love it. Okay, man. Even like the super tall shield, man. It's got some Legionnaire action going. Look at the goddamn studs on that hammer as well. Oh my god, dude. Okay, nutty as hell. Anyway, crazy cool design on this guy. His A1, chance of placing that strong version of decreased attack. So grit if you need that on one of your teams. Giscard could be your man. The attack all enemies on his A2 with a 75% chance fully bucked up of placing the provoke debuff for one turn. Also place a shield buff on this champion equal to 25% of his max HP for a couple of turns. So just great wave control with Giscard. And then on his A3 brings both the strong version of increased defense and increased attack on all allies for 2 turns as well. Again, just buffs that are good everywhere. Buffs that are going to help you out a lot into the likes of early clan boss when you're just getting started in the game. Yeah, I think that Giscard, again, is one of those champs. Giscard the, as every other raid content creator calls him, Giscard the Sigiled. Sigiled, bro. Oh my god. I've accidentally done that in a couple of my videos as well, man. Giscard the Sigiled. People not doing him justice, dude, but there you go, man. Good old Giscard, dude. Yeah, love this guy. Also his passive. Fill this champion's turn meter by 15% whenever they are attacked by an enemy under provoke or an increased attack buff. Usually it's going to be provoke, but yeah, just some free turn meter fill there too. I think it's well worth a shout out. Now, for the champs that are going to not only be good for you in the early game, but these champs you can feel pretty damn comfortable about taking up to max level, even if you pull them like, I don't know, anytime in like the first 6 months, probably, you're going to be taking them up to max. Definitely the first champ that we're going to cover all up and over here, which is, of course, going to be Ugo. Ugo bringing the leech debuff on the A1, so just general healing for your entire team, which is great. The strong version of decreased defense on the A2 on an attack all enemies. Also has a, I guess, fully booked 75% chance of placing the block buffs debuff for 2 turns, and the chance of placing this increases by 5% for each alive enemy, which is a huge deal, because the block buffs debuff is like an integral component of your Hydra clan boss teams. And so while it might not be super relevant to you that Ugo does that while you're very early on in your account, you can rest assured that you will be using Ugo, I mean, we're like 99% certainty in your early Hydra clan boss teams. Yeah. for like a long time to come as well. Ugo also brings a little bit of healing and debuff removal. Also great into Hydra, but generally speaking, just a very good champion in the super early game as well. That is guaranteed to scale up for you on your account. And of course, Ugo is sort of like the main feature of our beginner sign-up link, which we've already covered, so I ain't gonna dip into that one again, but yeah, man. That's why this beginner sign-up link is so goddamn good, man. It actually worked with like a Plarian representative. I was like, bro, we need Ugo as the starting champion. It's gonna be good forever. And then every other champion we picked in this beginner sign-up link was designed to just be as like progression friendly as humanly possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole idea behind our beginner promo link, which, I mean, as always, is down below in the video description, if and when you need it. Alright, man. Undead Hordes. It's time to talk about Husk. This is another champ that's just great in the early game. Brings all kinds of control for wave content in your account, which is awesome. But is also going to scale up into Hydra as well and just deal some pretty stupendous damage for you when you are just getting started into Hydra for the first time. The A1, another double hitter, here we go again, man, has a 40% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 110. So not the most reliable provoke, but it's a little bit of something extra that goes on top of the A2, which is an attack all enemies, and then has a, what the hell is this, 60% chance of placing a stun debuff for 110 when fully booked. Most importantly though, damage is based on enemy max HP. This is a huge deal. This means that you're going to be dealing percentage style damage to bosses with super high health. We're talking the likes of basically all dungeon bosses are going to get smacked by this skill. Spider in particular, very vulnerable to this. This is great into Spider because the stun is also going to control the Spiderlings. It's going to do huge damage to all bosses, including Hydra, right? And so what you want to be doing with Husk a little bit later on in the game is what some people do actually is build him out in a 4-piece reflex set. They just disable the A3 and make it so that Husk is just spamming the crap out of his A2 as much as possible, and that way the reflex set gives you that 40% chance of reducing the cooldown of a random skill by 110. Well, it's always going to hit the A2 if you've disabled the A3, right? And so you're just spamming out these AoE hits on the Hydra heads as much as you possibly can, and just pumping a crap load of damage via your Husk. He will be outskilled eventually in Hydra, but you can rest assured that if you max this guy up, you pull him in like the first 2 months of your raid account, yeah, you're going to find a lot of use for this guy for at least like the next year of your raid account. You know what I'm saying? So Husk is definitely a very, very good egg to take up. Next up, man, some more support style champs. Somebody already mentioned this in the chat as well. It's got to be Doom Priest. This champion might actually be the biggest surprise game changer I've ever had on my raid account, man. Like, okay, I mean, and this is coming from somebody who won the Archer Queen in a tournament. So maybe I can't actually say that, but she's excellent, okay? Very, very simple kit. Just an attack, it's like single target hitter, kind of like meh A1, who cares about that? The A2, she brings the strong version of increased attack on all allies, which is fine, you know? It's something. It's all about her passive, dude. Heals all allies by 7.5% of the HP and removes one random debuff from them at the start of Doom Priest's turn. Now, the cool thing about this passive is that even if your Doom Priest is literally like provoked, or like is under like a true fear debuff or something, and has a real chance of just missing a turn, she just cleanses it from herself with her passive and then takes her turn and like buffs with the increased attack. Like, she just can't be controlled, dude. So all you want to do is build her as fast as humanly possible. And you can even put her in like a relentless set if you want, so she has a chance of getting like an extra turn as well. So then she's triggering multiple of her passive in a single go, right? Because she's getting the extra turn. The amount of healing she pumps out and the debuff, she basically makes your team debuff immune into like a lot of areas of the game, which the value of that might not be super apparent for a new player. Like, it wasn't for me. It surprised me how good it was, especially when I started going into Hydra. The ability to just constantly remove provokes and anti-healing and well, like the true fears that Hydra places. Like, Doom Priest is an MVP, dude. She's not just good in the early game, she's just good everywhere, and she's way better than she might seem at first glance. Okay, man, another champ that is way better than he seems at first glance as well is gonna be, where the hell is he, man? There he is. He's actually the very first champion in the High Elves faction. It's gonna be Royal Guard. Royal Guard has a, 65% chance on his A1 of placing the strong version of decreased defense, which is just fantastic. This thing seems to land quite a lot, to be honest. It's got a pretty damn good land rate. It feels like more than 65% is what I'm saying. On his A2, he's going to attack all enemies. Damage increases according to, once again, enemy max HP. It also scales a little bit with his attack as well, but yeah, this thing, dude, I don't have my Royal Guard built out in the best possible gear on my main account. He's built out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with him. I use him in a couple of areas of the game still to this day, and I'm 9 months in. And he hits for like 500,000. You know, quite comfortably, sometimes a lot more even as well, if the debuffs and the buffs really line up against certain bosses. I use him into Fire Knight, I use him into, I still use him into Ice Golem. He does a great job there. He can also help you out into Spider as well. And the reason I think he's good for a beginner account is because, well, not only is he going to help you kill off bosses very quickly, and that's great, but it's also because of his A3, attacks 4 times at random, each hit with a 75% chance bucked of placing the strong version of decreased speed for a couple of turns. Each hit also has a chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. So this is not that useful into Spider. There's just too many Spiderlings all over the boss chamber that this attack can randomly hit into, but it's very good for helping you get started once again into Fire Knight. It makes Royal Guard much more useful into wave content, which is great. It's exactly what you need for progressing in early stages of Doom Tower and stuff like that. And so Royal Guard, I think he's well worth a mention as one of the champs that is great to pull early. And yeah, he's another one that's going to scale well into the late game. Okay, breather, man, because I need a drink. Oh my god. That was a lot of rambling we just did, man. Damn, Tombful. You don't find Doom Priest that good? She's relentless, has 186 speed. I should give him more speed to get more use out of her, and if so, how much? 186 speed for 67 days in is pretty good, man. That's pretty good. That's fine. The thing is that if you're only 67 days in, you're not into many areas of the game where she really, really shines just yet. Like, she's doing fine on your account at that point. She's not going to stand out. But by the time you're fighting Frost Spider and a Nether Spider and Griffin in Doom Tower, those 3 bosses, she does very, very well at constantly cleansing the constant stream of debuffs, the poisons and the freezes and all of that crap. She does great there, and she's going to do amazing into Hydra for you as well. You can also get her speed tuned just correctly so that she always takes her turn immediately after the Demon Lord clan boss's 3rd attack, if that makes sense. So that anytime, because on the 3rd attack for Demon Lord clan boss, it's always going to use the stun, and it's going to stun somebody on your team. You can have your Doom Priest ready to go instantly after the clan boss stuns somebody to instantly cleanse the stun. So she can find use for that as well. But yeah, mostly Doom Tower and Hydra is what Doom Priest is all about, man. Yeah, she does great, man. She does great. Stats over sets, James. Yeah, Relentless is great, but 186 speed is what, too low? Get her out of Relentless into something around 240 speed or above. Yeah, he's only 67 days in though. You know what I'm saying? We gotta consider that as well. Like 67 days in. I mean, do you even have that much 5-star gear at that point? You probably have like you've probably done maybe a couple tournaments worth of Dragon at that point. Maybe at like stage 10. Maybe stage 16, depending on how fast you're progressing and on how active you're being, you know? It's kind of tough. Oh. Yeah, you can also run an aura speed lead as well, to be fair, yeah. Just pulled 5-star hike to perfect soul on my ult from the appreciation gift. Thanks, Plarium. Oh, goddamn, nice, man. Cool. Damn, man, nice. You're at stage 20 Dragon after a couple months, Tombful. That's good, man. It's really good. Alright, thank you very much, man, Evan. God damn it. Comes naturally to me, huh? Yeah. I'm more of a video guy, really. But you know what I'm saying? Okay, man. Let's go ahead and polish off the rest of these champion picks. But definitely keep the suggestions coming in the comments as well, man. It's actually kind of interesting to see them come in live. Okay, man, we've actually got 2 more epic champs to cover. The next is actually another gosh darn high elf. Where is he? Skaramis. This is the man. Dude, this guy is a Giga Chad. Can I just say? I mean, just look at him, first of all. Just respect him. Like, oh my god. Like, he looks so goddamn badass. I've taken him up to level 50 on my main account, just out of respect for his badassery. Even if I'm not planning on using him at level 60 anytime soon. But if I pulled him very, very early on, like I pulled this guy in my free-to-play, oh my god, dude. I'm maxing this guy out so fast. It's such an interesting champ too. So, his A1 attacks 1 enemy, has a, bookable up to a 90% chance of stealing 15% of the target's turn meter. Also has a 20% chance, or 30% booked, of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn if the target's turn meter is fully depleted by this skill. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip to his passive. Remember this bit, boys. Okay. Where the hell is the god? Wait a minute, where the hell is the passive? Where the... Oh, never mind. It's not a passive. It's the A3. What the hell am I talking about? The A3 has a 100% chance of placing a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. Very, very good. Reliable AoE provoke. Lovely. Also, place a counter attack and a 15% continuous heal buff on Skaramis for 2 turns. What does that mean? It means that if he has the counter attack buff active, then the son of a gun is going to get... First of all, he places the provoke, right? Then an enemy attacks into him while he has counter attack. Then he swings back in to that enemy with his A1, which has the 30% chance of placing the stun if the target's turn meter is fully depleted by the skill. Well, if they've just attacked you, they have no turn meter, meaning you will guaranteedly fully deplete their turn meter. And so you have that constant 30% chance of stunning anybody who attacks in that's provoked, which is just insane. Like, for wave control, Skaramis is just... He might be the best wave control epic in the game. I'm going to go ahead and say it. When it comes to just wave content, is there anybody actually better at just outright controlling the crap out of waves than Skaramis? I don't think so, man, and his A2 is no joke either. Attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 1/10, so a little bit of buff peel, lovely. Also has a chance of placing, 75% chance of placing, strong version of decreased attack for a couple of turns, and fills the champion's turn meter by 10% for each buff that has its duration decreased. So an extra little freebie at the end there as well. Some people actually use Skaramis as like a budget option provoker into Hydra. There's some interesting ways you can build them out if you've got like super good gear and the gear for it. If you can build them with like crazy good speed, you can get the provoke up quite often, if not 100% successfully. 100% uptime against the Head of Decay, which is great. Because he's also buffing himself with continuous heal and counterattack, the Head of Mischief is going to prioritize attacking him and trying to steal these buffs. So if you can also get the gear in order so that he has like 400 plus resistance, and he's resisting all of those Mischief attempts to steal his buffs, then he's also a Mischief tank, and he can just do a hell of a lot. That's obviously all very gear dependent, and while that's not going to be something that you can do if you're just starting out in Raid or you're just getting started in Hydra, it's going to be really tough to set up your Skaramis that way. It's an interesting option, and so I think he's worth putting in with the batch of champs that are worth taking up to level 60 that are also just excellent to have in the early game. Okay, man. One more champ, boys. One more champ before we go ahead and wrap it up. The final champ that we gotta touch on is a champ I don't touch on enough personally in my own videos. I know other people do give him respect. It's time to give him some respect all up and over here, man. If it loads, like what the hell is going on with Raid, dude? Are we just lagging out here? Too many people logging in to get their free gifts today, you know what I'm saying? Too many people logging in to use promo code GameLeap and get their free 10 experience brews and their free energy refill and their free silver, man. That's what it is, you know? Probably. Okay, man. Taragi the Frog. Why do I think this guy is worth building out? Well, he brings the strong version of decreased attack on his A1, which is just excellent. I mean, I should explain why. It's great into Clan Boss in particular because of the rest of Taragi's kit, but it's just kind of good everywhere as well, to be fair. Dude, put the... Ugh. Little floaty piece of hair poking me in the eye, bro. I need a goddamn haircut. My hair's getting to that awkward... Man, whatever, it doesn't matter. The A2, it's an attack all enemies with a chance of placing provoke debuff for 110, so great. Not a super reliable provoke, to be honest. It's going to help you out into wave content. Not going to be that reliable against bosses, though the chance does increase by 5% for each debuff on the enemy team, so it can be made a bit more reliable, but yeah, he's not chiefly a provoker. First and foremost. The A3 places a shield buff on this champ equal to 50% of this champ's max HP, and an ally protect buff on all allies, which is grand. Also heals this champion by 25% of his max HP, and places a reflect damage buff on him for 3 turns. Lovely. The heal is also increased by each poison debuff on the enemy team. So he is a poison style champ, brings all kinds of just additional survivability to your team via the provokes, via the ally protect, the shielding on himself, the decreased attack on the A1. Where he really shines though is his passive. He's another one of those, man. When attacked, 50% chance of placing a strong poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. It occurs once per hit. So what this means is Clan Boss, great. Taragi is going to be placing all kinds of debuffs against the Clan Boss, which the rest of his kit complements into pretty well with the decreased attack and stuff like that. So he's going to do a good amount of work for you into the Demon Lord Clan Boss. But the reason I'd recommend maxing up your Taragi is because, as a new player, there's certain bosses in the Doom Tower that are really tough to get past. Like, to build a full team to take on the likes of like Scarab King in Doom Tower. Are you kidding me? Scarab King, dude. That boss is the most obnoxious piece of crap in the world when you're getting started in Raid, and it takes forever if you want to build out a full champion team to get that boss done. What you can do is instead, if you've got a max level Taragi left over that you've been using like in the early game and stuff, you can build your Taragi in a regeneration set, put him in like 2 pieces of immortal gear as well, so he's getting tons of health regen, and you can just... Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking of the... No, that is correct. Just as much healing as you can possibly get on the guy. You don't have to build him out with resistance, but you can build him with resistance as well. That's why I was getting confused. You can build him out with resistance as well. You don't need like 150 resistance for normal mode Doom Tower. Gets a lot more in hard mode, obviously, but so that you protect his buffs as well, and make sure that he doesn't get provoked against Scarab King. And you're just building him to survive, right? Regeneration set, all the healing in the world, high HP, high speed, so that he takes as many turns as possible and is healing a lot. And he just has to live. And his poisons will kill the boss, man. And so it's a very easy way that you can just cheese your way through some of the toughest bosses like that in Doom Tower. I don't... Can it be built to solo Bommel? I actually don't know if Taragi can be built to solo Bommel. I'd be willing to bet that he probably can, but it'll be a lot more sort of gear expensive because the Bommel bombs deal 40% HP damage when they detonate, and so it's probably going to be a lot harder to keep him alive. But yeah, against Scarab King, you're good to go, man. Just lots of health, lots of speed, regeneration set, let the poisons kill the boss. That's really all there is to it, man. And that is Taragi the Frog, and I do believe that this is a guy that is absolutely worth taking up to a level 60, man. Yeah, you do need to build him with the high resist gems. Is that how it is, man? Yeah, Taragi's a solo king. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I mean, man. That's what I mean. Like, dude. You can also solo Scarab with Vegas and Destroy. That's a good point too. That's a good point too, Yuna. Yeah, man, the solo carry champs are like, man, I love them so much. Like, just having a super economy option to sort of progress your account like this, it's such a big deal. It's such a big deal, man. Especially when you're just getting started, because like resources are so slim, and you gotta be so careful with who you take up to level 60. And the idea of like maxing up 2 or 3 champions to help you kill Scarab King is just awful. So being able to look at Taragi and to say, you know what, we'll just take up Taragi and Taragi can get the job done. Like, that's really it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So resist on Taragi, you recommend it? Yeah, you need some high resistance on Taragi, I guess. The 3 is probably just a bit too important, isn't it? To be resisting the provokes and stuff. Resist the provokes. Make sure that you're getting up the shield buff, the heal. Yeah, I can probably concur with that, man. Oh wow, you're getting Mithrala next month, Hawk? Yeah, I think I am too, actually. I'm very, very close on the main account, man. But hey, let's wrap this one up. So hey man, if there's any champs that you feel like I've missed in this happy little video, then make sure to plop them down in the comments down below. We're talking, again, epic champs that are just good everywhere, going to help out beginner players by a hell of a lot into just multiple areas of the game that are nice and versatile, and that hopefully, like the last few champs that we covered, can also scale up into later stages of the game as well. Now, of course, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, there is simply no better way to do it than by clicking on the beginner promo link down below in the description box. Sign out of Plarium Play, click on that link to download Raid, and you're going to get yourself 4 free epic champions, man. A lot of champs, actually, that we covered in this video and in other videos recently, man. You're going to start off your account with Ugo, one of the best epic champions in the game, and then a whole bunch of other champs that are going to help you to progress through the game, including the clan boss specialist Fane at account level 40, man. It's just a great beginner promo link, man. So make sure you hit that to create a new Raid account. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy this one. Never catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man. And bam, there's the YouTube sign-off done. Ooh, Neldor, James, Neldor. You're right, man. Do we go back into do we just go back and just splice in a little Neldor coverage at some point in the video? Oh my god, we can't not cover Neldor, man. We can't do it. I can't in good conscience not cover Neldor, right? Ooh. I mean, brings decreased attack, AoE decreased speed. Oh my god. Oh god, no, we have to, man. We have to. Called out Neldor about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I can't really look at the chat, Hawk, man, while I'm recording. Sorry about that, man. Oh, god damn it. Okay, screw it. You know, I'm just gonna cover Neldor. I just don't even give a damn, man. Next champ we gotta touch on is good old Neldor Rhymeblade, man. This guy, absolute Giga Chad. Almost forgot about him until multiple people in the live chat actually reminded me about this guy. On his A1, actually, it's another triple hitter, so it's going to help you out in, again, just multiple areas of the game, namely Fire Knight to help you get started through cracking his shield, and also each hit has a 30% chance or 40% chance bucked, replacing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. And so, dude, Neldor is bringing a crazy amount of value and control already on his A1, and it's also important to note that freeze debuffs are going to be key for you killing off hard mode Fire Knight way later on in your account, right? Freeze debuffs like this, especially on a triple hitter, hard mode Fire Knight, these debuffs are required, okay? So Neldor will always well, 99% of the time, find value in the super late stages of your account as well as the early game. So very, very important to note, man. That's just the A1. The A2 attacks one enemy 4 times. Again, just great help for breaking through Fire Knight shields when you're getting started there. First hit and second hit have a chance to place decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. And the third and fourth hit have a chance of placing decrease accuracy. Just fine. Decreased attack is obviously going to help you out more in the early game, which is the main topic of this video. And then on the A3, attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance bugged of placing the strong version of decreased speed for 2 turns. Also heals Neldor a little bit as well. So yeah, he's not just a one-trick pony. He's not just going to help you out into bosses. The freezes on his A1, the decreased speed on the A3, going to help you out into all wave content as well. So Neldor Rhineblade got to be mentioned in this happy little video. Alright, man. Boom, done. Okay, that's it. Any further suggestions are just going to have to go in the comments of the video itself, man. We're just going to have to. Otherwise, we can end up going through another goddamn 17 champs, and we'll end up with like a 58-minute video or something crazy up on the YouTube, you know? So, yeah, man. Easy Spice edit. There she is, man. Sophie tuning in. Okay, there it is, man. Maybe adding Archmage Helmet is a great epic gem from Doom Tower. No, Keith. God damn it, Keith. We need to stop eventually, man. No, you're totally right, though. Archmage Helmet is, I mean, is great. Especially for free-to-play player. You know, you're limited on the amount of epic champs you're going to get your hands on. Helmet, oh my god. The wave control is just nuts. Oi, 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 oi. Hey, man, Leo. Hey, I'm a new player. Used your 4 epic code. I got lucky and got our mans. What? With my single pull in the event? What is a good build from? Dude! You got our mans? Is your first pull? Bro! Oh my god. I mean, that's one of the... Oh, I don't know how new of a player you are, Leo. Maybe this is your like very first account ever. Maybe this is an alt account of yours. But if you don't know, our mans is like one of the best PvP champs in the game. And is also incredible into basically all like wave content as well, just killing off waves of enemies, you know. Yeah, our mans is unbelievable. Really, really good. How you should build him out. If you're a new player, right, you're just getting started on your account, you just want to build him out in things like, well, you want a good amount of accuracy on him. If you're really just getting started and you're like your first few weeks of your account, just try and hit like 150-ish accuracy or like 100 accuracy on the champ. You know, you're eventually going to be working up towards 200 plus accuracy as you get more gear. And then just build him as fast as possible, man. That's it. Speed boots, speed substats on your gear. Just get him a good amount of accuracy and then as much speed as you can possibly get to ensure that he's going first in combat as much as possible. And you're basically good to go, man. You're basically good to go. Yeah. Wow, dude. Huge grats, dude. That's crazy, man, that you got a man's very first pull. Oh my goodness. It's really good. I'm so jelly, man. I'm so jelly. Holy crap. Then again, I shouldn't be because I got Archer Queen, right? And my account was like account level 40 or something ridiculous. I had no idea how good she was, you know? I was like, oh man, you know what? There's a legendary champion. Like, this was me, dude. Like, oh no, I'm on my alt account. Okay, god damn it. Okay, but there was a tournament active. I'm like, okay, so I get a chance to get... Who's this, man? Arnegigante Archer. I was like, okay. We'll just call her like the legendary Archer. So like, is she good or what? I don't really know what Hex is as a new player. Provoke sounds like it could be good. This skill is so long that I'm barely going to take any time to read it. Okay, it can place a stun. It's an attack all. That sounds like it could be pretty good. I'm going to try and win this tournament, you know. And I'm like level 38 or something on my account. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I just happened to just blast the tournament. No one else really pushed that hard. It was champion training. Like, it was bloody champ training, man. Like, how did I win so convincingly? And for the Archer Queen. I didn't know how it happened. Like, nobody else was really pushing super hard or what? Little did I know, I got like one of the best 10 legendary champs in the game. Definitely in the conversation, you know? But yeah, I don't know, man. Luck happens to new players sometimes, I guess, but... You played it so well, man, honestly. Oh, when we got Odin, James? Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty pleased with how we prepared for Odin. oh god, don't even bring that up, James, man. Don't even do it. I remember watching you decide to build up Garrog and I laughed so hard. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, everyone knows that feeling of pulling their first Lego and you have to build it. Yeah, dude. The thing is, I didn't even have to, man. I had Rathalos sitting there, you know? And I think I already even had Magna at that point as well. So I was like, I wasn't heading that bad for Nukas. I just wanted to do something stupid and see if I could make it work out. And yeah, god. Oh, what was I thinking? Now I just have like a useless King Garrog sitting there, man, doing nothing. And just like helping out in faction wars, I guess. Oh, I mean, he looks like an absolute badass. Like, he looks great. He looks great. And his skills read like they're okay, but if you take a step back, you're like, wait a minute, so he just deals damage? That's like all he does, he just deals damage. And not even that reliably, really. His critical hits only give him a 50% chance of decreasing the cooldown of his A3, so it's like... Yeah, it's not even uncommon to attack in with his A2, and you just don't get a single cooldown decrease proc. You know, like, oh god, he's really crap, dude. He's really crap, man. I watched you cope into building up. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. I just did the Dungeon Divers event, got 40 crystals, and did the single pull. I was just happy that I got a legendary. Then guys in Discord told me I was crazy lucky. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Leo, man. That's crazy as hell. That is crazy as hell that you managed to pull that guy, man. Honestly. That is nuts. I'm happy for you though, man. You'll be using Armands. You'll be using Armands for probably the next, I don't know, lifetime of your raid account. Like, there's never going to be a time where, unless Armands is like severely nerfed or something in a future patch, like, yeah, he's a damn good one, man. He's a damn good one. There you go. Man. Oh, damn. You pulled Calvalax yesterday? I love him. I'm actually familiar with Calvalax, Hawkman. Just got into Gold 5, only off of one-man defense with a 120k team power rank. There you go, man. Yeah, breaking into Gold rank in Arena for the first time is a huge deal as well. That's not something that's talked about enough, but like farming the crap out of Arena before you hit Gold, it feels so inefficient. Because like the bronze medals are basically worthless in terms of what they can buy you for upgrades, right? Yeah, like look at this. I can't even afford to buy one level up with 30 medals anymore. What about this? That's like 50 foot. Man, it's so bad. They're so terrible. But like if you can get up to like Gold 3 or something, and you're getting like a good few medals for every single win for Gold, it's so much more efficient. Welcome to my beautiful, beautiful great hole on the free-to-play account, by the way. Don't you just love it, man? I'm just waiting for Clan vs Clan to start before I start upgrading some of these as well and start focusing hard in accuracy. Which is another tip for any like brand new players watching, by the way. Make sure that you do... I mean, you have to put some into the attack nodes just for like various challenges and missions and stuff like that you've got to do as a new player. Like, fair enough. Like, do what you have to do for those. But other than that, try and get all your accuracy nodes up to like, I think it's rank 4, rank 5. All of these ones. Not the void ones. You can ignore those for now. But these 3 right here. Then eventually you need to just take one of them up to 10. For a mission complete as well, for one of your Arbiter missions. So, yeah. There you go, man. Yeah, man. The goddamn... And the free gift we got today was crazy, dude. When do you think the next 2 times Ancient is Tombful? Yeah, I'm waiting for that as well. I'm so excited for it, dude. I'm so hyped for that. I'm not even going to hold out and pray that we get a legendary, because that would just be so lucky. But I'm just really excited to hopefully get some of the epic champions that we actually talked about today in like the video I just recorded live, you know? Like just some good early game chads that are going to help me get started and push to like stage 10 and hopefully stage 16-ish in the coming weeks in the dungeons. That's going to help out a lot. As for when the Ancient Chad event is coming, we haven't had one for, I think, a little over 5 weeks at this point. Maybe? I pull into the King Garrog. Dude, I'd max him again, man. Oh, God. Would I actually? Maybe. On a free-to-play account, any legendary is good, you know? But, I really hope I don't get Garrog again, man. But yeah, next Ancient Chad event, I'm going to go ahead and predict it's probably going to be part of next month's Fusion. So we're probably looking at like 2 or 3 weeks from now. 2 or 3 weeks to save up as many Ancients as you can then we all get to have a party on our accounts, right? In a couple of weeks. Not going to matter so much on my main account, I guess, unless I get like super lucky. But the beauty of starting off a new raid account, right, and starting off a new free-to-play account as well, is that like anything you pull is just good, because you don't have anything, you know. You just don't have anything. So yeah, man, I'm very excited for it. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be in like the first week, maybe week and a half of November. Would be my prediction. Depends when the fusion starts, but I think it's going to be linked up with the fusion. It's been quite a while since we've had a 2x Ancient event live during a champion chase, like during a fusion, you know? So, yeah. I think that's how it's going to go down, man. So we've probably got 2 or 3 weeks to wait, but regardless, whenever it arrives, I'm pulling the ball, dude. I'm pulling the ball on this free-to-play. Sort of regardless, so. Brother, give me new Hydra tips for a new player. Dude. Funny, we got you covered, man. First of all, you need to get yourself a good, reliable provoke champion. A champ that can apply provoke quite reliably and around the clock. A good free-to-play-ish option that we just covered is the epic champ Skaramis. Fully booked up, he has a 3-turn cooldown provoke with like 100% land rate when it's fully booked up. And so you can use a champion like Skaramis as your provoker. You'll have to have him built out quite fast. Obviously, to make sure that he's getting back around to using his provoke again before it falls off the Head of Decay. But the Head of Decay in Hydra is, of course, the only head that can be provoked. And so you need to keep it provoked. If not, it's going to be cleansing all of your debuffs off all of the other Hydra heads and doing all kinds of nasty things that just turn the fight on its head, so it has to stay provoked. So, yeah, a high-speed champ like Skaramis, fully booked up. Ideal with some like 10 meter fill and stuff on your team as well. That's going to get him back to using the provoke as frequently as possible. Is going to help you out against the Head of Decay. Then the next most important thing, or probably the most important thing to bring into Hydra, especially for like a beginner team, you're not going to get that far if you don't have a champ like Ugo that's applying an AoE block buffs debuff. Very important indeed. Huge, massively crucial for getting started in Hydra, man. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get started in normal Hydra really beyond doing like a couple million damage with all 3 of my keys burned, you know, and getting like a very low rank chest until you get the block buffs debuff. It's also important because, of course, the Hydra head of Mischief is going to be trying to steal your buffs, and then it spreads those buffs across all the other Hydra heads. You don't want that happening. You can block that outright. And also the Hydra heads are going to buff themselves with the Poison Cloud buff if you don't have this active. And so the Poison Cloud buff is going to make it so that you can only weak hit against the Hydra heads, which is a disaster. Massively limits your damage. Yeah. I mean, they're basically impervious once they've got the mass Poison Cloud buff active, so you got to make sure that you're blocking that. It's really so crucial. And of course, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, soon as though we're talking about Ugo, yeah, our beginner promo link, which is down below in the description box. You can sign out of Plarium Play, hit that link, and use that link to create a new raid account, and you'll get your hands on 4 free epic champions, including Ugo herself. Finally got agenda right. As your starting champion, and then a whole bunch more epics as you level up your account as well, man. So, yeah, it's just a fantastic way to start off your new account, man. That promo link is just designed to help you progress in the smoothest way possible. It's got like a clan boss demon lord specialist in there. Ugo's going to last you forever. It also ends off with Vegas at level 50, which is just a great champ for soloing certain Doom Tower bosses that you might otherwise get stuck on. Yeah, it's one of those promo links that I had a lot of say in what champions show up in that link. You know, when I was chatting with the Plarium representative, I was like, bro, it needs to include these champions, man, in this order, you know, to help the boys out, man. So there you go, man. Goddamn pop. Yeah. Okay, man. Romero, aka Shadow Legends, Jamie Lannister. Yeah. Romero was one I was like, man, I just need like a general champion to throw in there as well. Like, I don't want them all to be like super specialized. And there's only so much that Plarium will let you include in a promo link as well. They're not going to let you throw a goddamn Archer Queen in there and Armands and blah, you know? Like, there are limits, of course. You can't just have like a super OP promo link, but ours is pretty close, you know? But yeah. All right. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here, though, boys, on that note. Couple of videos knocked out. It was awesome to actually just chill out for a couple of hours with everybody. It's one thing, seeing familiar names show up in the comments and being able to reply to comments and say hey to people and, seeing the familiar faces come by. It's a whole other thing to be able to actually chat live with everybody, and some people from the clan also coming by the chat as well is kind of cool too. So I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure before you go, you just hit like on the stream. It's going to help the stream to actually get just a little bit of circulation once the stream is ended. And I guess stay tuned for the abridged versions of everything that we covered in this stream as well. If you showed up a little bit late and missed any of the video recordings that we were doing live over here, we shot 2 videos in this stream. One of them talking about how to know which champion you want to max up on your account next, both beginner tips as well as just some more slightly mid and late game rules if you're not sure and you're reaching those stages of the game. And we also talked about some of the best possible epic champs that you can be covering, rather that you can be pulling as a newer player in Raid that just kind of do it all, and you can very, very reliably take up to level 60, man. Damn, I'm late. Yeah, man, sorry, dude. Oh, God. It always feels bad signing off, man. There's always a few people that show up just out of time, and just miss the stream. But hey, the VOD will be there to watch, as well as the 2 videos as they go, man. So, for now, thanks for watching, everybody. I really, really appreciate all of y'all. It's been incredible setting up this channel over the past 8-9 months and just documenting the whole journey into Raid from noob to, I won't say pro, but from noob to intermediate, I think is where I am at around now. So there you go, man. It's okay, guys. He's going to catch us all just a tad bit later, man, which I am indeed. Solstice did. All right. Thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Make sure to go ahead and use good old promo code GameLeap if you haven't already. That is one of the best possible ways you can support the channel, as well as if you've already used promo code GameLeap to get your hands on those experience brews and the energy refill and the silver. You can also share it with your clanmates as well. And yeah, spread the love. Helps to support the channel, helps to support me a hell of a lot. And that's really it. Thanks, boys. And I'll catch all of y'alls just a tad bit later, man.